Hi. Welcome to the stream, everybody. How does it feel? Look at you guys. I mean, I'm looking at you. Not that. What do you mean too close? You guys are always complaining that I'm not close enough to you. Oh, and now you want personal space? After 4 streams in a row? I think it's a little too late to be asking for personal space, Chad. Look at this. I could lean in even further. Come here. Does this make you uncomfortable? Is this too much for you? You know, I hear about chats being parasocial all the time. I thought this would be like a preference thing. I thought this would be something that you'd want. Why do you guys... Jesus Christ, your breath smells like shit. What the fuck? What do you guys eat? Jesus Christ. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you're having a nice night. Thank you for coming by. Big love to you and happy Saturday. Chat, today we have a very cool guest on, the artist and game dev behind Shovel Knight, or one of them. He's really cool and I've known him for a long time. He's a dad. That's already a dub. I know everyone here loves fathers. You guys say it all the time. I don't know who it's directed at. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no kids. Okay. I don't pay child support. I have nothing like that. But I'm happy to have him on. His name is nickWOZ. You guys will like him a lot. He's prepared some dad jokes for us. Make sure to at least pretend to laugh if he says anything. Okay? Don't go crazy. At least prepare the LOLs when he says something dad joke related. All right? It'll be like, it just makes everything easier for all of us. If somebody says a dad joke and you don't laugh, the only thing that they're gonna do in response is just make more dad jokes. So if you want to survive the night, you need to practice your laughter. All right, let's start. Come on, chat. 1, 2, 3. What does one Joel say to another Joel? Wanna hear a joke? And now practice the laughter. Is it good? We need this to work. You don't want this stream to turn into just dad joke after dad joke. You need to laugh the first time. You need to laugh the first time. Understand? If you don't laugh, it's going to create more. Okay. I feel like this is believable. I feel like you guys are kind of believable right now. It doesn't... You're not like being held at gunpoint, so it seems like it's okay. You know? I feel like this is believable. As long as he's not watching the stream as we speak right now and he's seeing all the shit that I'm saying. Let's just hope he's not in the chat right now and he's just patiently waiting for me to undeath. We're gonna pretend that you didn't hear that. Anyways, welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday, everyone. Don't be shy. Feel free to say hi. Go. The faster you say hi, the faster we get started the stream, and the faster you and me can bring Nick on. He's a wonderful person, and it's going to be a lot of fun today. We're going to be hanging out with Nick for Porcelain Parlor, which, by the way, brand new, first ever Porcelain Parlor. We finally got a logo. It looks fucking amazing. I want to quickly show it off to you guys because I'm really proud of it. My friend Ori Hime, the cookie VTuber, worked on it, and they do a great job with logos. You can... Okay, well, listen. So I made 2 different logos. I didn't know if I was going to do this one. If we take a look here, this is the original image that I made. And then I was like, okay, but what if I make it really stupid and dumb? And then I added Nick's face just right on top of Shovel Knight. So, you know, I mean, we have that now, I guess. But the logo itself is really cute. And this is going to be a fun stream. So we're going to hang out with Nick for around maybe 2 to 3 hours or however long he wants to stay. And then afterwards, you, me, maybe some private time together. I call you a stupid little useless bastard. You give me money. We play games. It's perfect. The greatest streamer in the world. Let's go. Fun time. All right, follow me, chat. Let's head on over and go check out Nick. This way. Remember to laugh. Okay. This is gonna be so stupid. I'm so excited. This is gonna be such a dumb stream, but I'm really excited to talk to Nick about this shit. This is so stupid. I'm excited. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God, you're already here. Look at you.
Hi, I'm here.
I'm totally role playing. Look at you. You got into the mansion. You brought your own chair. Yeah, sorry, I had to squeeze past you.
Oh, that's good. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Nick.
hi,
Welcome. Please ignore everything that I said
Joel.
about dad jokes.
No, dad jokes are great. I think.
Yeah, I love your dad jokes. I think they're great. You know.
Look, despite being a dad and having a few in my back pocket, I actually have help. So, a while ago, a friend of mine bought me this, which is this box of dad jokes.
Why? Wait, no, those are pre-prepared. Aren't they supposed to be like?
Yeah.
That's like fake dadding.
Every joke is pre-prepared. You don't make a joke on the spot.
Okay, then who made the first jokes? Who made the first dad jokes, Nick?
God.
God himself.
The first father. Yeah. Yeah.
Adam.
Sorry, he's got way more religious than I thought it was gonna be.
Adam from Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That just reminds me of Record of Ragnarok. There's a manga out there that has a fight where Adam fights Zeus. I know it's. I know you're already laughing at the premise, but it's very emotional. He's a very fatherly figure. Okay, he's great.
Who?
Adam.
Zeus? Adam.
Why would you say Zeus?
I don't know, because
the
he's
first
got
human.
a beard.
Okay,
Yeah, but Zeus is taller.
I just joined to see Joel screaming at us.
Immediately.
Told me.
Well, thank you for coming on, Nick.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited. This is a very unique opportunity, I should say, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been watching you for 6 years, Chad. I watched Nick when I was in college and practicing like art still. Because if you guys didn't know, he does art streams. He does a lot of really good pixel art streams.
Oh, thanks.
Or would they be considered game dev streams?
I mean, it's both. I do game dev and also like stuff, illustrations for myself, and also just like app development. I'm working on a little like a stream app that lets you have a little character on your screen. So,
kind of like stream avatars, but better.
Not better.
I'm gonna say
I would
better.
say different. Okay, it's like a Tamagotchi.
Yeah,
it's like a little like character that your stream gets to like feed or whatever. It's called Pando.
If you go to his stream, Chad, you can actually see all the work that he's made for all the viewers that he has, which is really cute.
That is true. I was counting these last night. So if you're a sub in my stream, you get a sprite, and I have made somehow over the past like 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, over 550 little sprites for people.
God, dude. You made mine too, and then not only that, but every 1 year of sub, you add on to the sprite, right?
So I used to be every month would be a new animation for the sprite, but then I got really behind.
I imagine.
As a result, like a lot of them are fully animated,
got like 50 people to just work on every day. I was
just always behind, and it's like all I did, and so I had to stop. And so what I did is now it's like on the weekends it's a raffle, and so we give away like if you have a sprite, then I give away. It's not a raffle. It's a giveaway, I guess. I just give away like a tier upgrade, you get more.
Do you mind if I show the one that you made of me on?
Oh yeah, I love yours.
Chat, here is a really cool one. It's like, okay, it's really small in the corner, but right up here, Nick actually made this a long time ago. Before I was even a VTuber, this is just my character that I had. And it's like a little attack animation that you can actually play on his stream whenever I'm in the chat.
Yep. Yeah. So there's duels and stuff, and your character has like a pet that's the marionette.
Yep, the marionette
handle too, so it's
above my head.
Floats above you.
It's really cool.
Yeah, she's got like the chains and stuff.
It's
an outdated model though. Your dress is updated, I think.
No, it's those are the canon colors. My model maker is colorblind with the color red. So I know. I didn't find out about it until afterwards, where I was like, "Why do you keep changing the colors? He's fucking colorblind. That's why." He's bad at the color red, so he thought all
I feel
the
like
colors
that
were
needs to be a
correct.
disclaimer on the bottom of your like commissions page.
On
It's like, hey.
my reference sheet, I had to make a color palette. I did not say that my hair is white, but my hair is technically white. It's not pink. He just couldn't see the difference.
that's very unfortunate.
He thought it was like a shade of silver when he made it because he's been bad with the red, all red shades. It's really fucking funny. I was really happy with that. Honestly, I think the color blindness actually added to the color variation of the model, because if you look at my actual model, like it's got really unique color palettes all over the dress because he's
That's
like
true,
adding shine
actually.
and everything.
Yeah, a lot of what you do when you're doing color is like you trying to find hue variation and like find it so it's not just like red and then lighter red and then darker red. You get like
just color
red
blind
and like,
yourself.
purple and blue, and so if you're colorblind, then you can just like do that on accident.
Yeah.
and be an awesome artist.
I don't know how
Maybe
to
I should be
purposely make
colorblind.
yourself colorblind, but if you find a way, chat, let me know. That's probably the
Yeah,
best way to make good
bleach.
art. Do not put bleach in your eyes. Disclaimer: do not do that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if you do, it was Joel's idea.
And if you do, please record it and send it to me so I can use it for content. Please do not put bleach in your eyes.
Oh my god.
Please do not do that. Massive disclaimer. Chat, you're smarter than this. I know you're not gonna do this, okay?
This is medical advice. I mean, this is not medical advice.
This is not medical advice. God, you're
Too late.
gaslighting them.
We can be clipped.
No. I'm gonna get in trouble. It's me. It's my stream. Well, okay.
That's true.
So to introduce Nick to all of you, not only is Nick an amazing artist and game dev and streamer and dad. They really like the dad part. They think it's nice. We like parents here because they're very mature and cool. And
Yeah, I have kids. Real ass kids.
he's also the I think main artist behind Shovel Knight. I know you're not the only artist. But you're the main one.
Yeah. Back in 2017 or 18, we hired Sandy Gordon.
If you want to get
But until then, I was like 90% the art.
You will become
And all of it
colorblind and
looks
get
really
superpowers.
fucking good. God, I was so surprised because I watched your stream without knowing you were the one of the artists for Shovel Knight, and then you said it, and I was like, what? Because I saw the art, I was like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, I'm pretty like once you know, it's like, oh, that art looks exactly like Shovel Knight. Like I'm working on another game with some friends on Twitch, and
Ox,
we'll
right?
get accused. Yeah, Oxacoxa and Obvious Gravity. It's called Otto in the Ancient World. It's a pixel platformer like Shovel Knight and Castlevania and Mega Man. And we'll get like, hey, this looks a lot like Shovel Knight. Are you guys like ripping them off? And it's like, no, I'm just like a one-trick pony. That's how I draw. I'm sorry.
That's just how art styles work. That's not.
Yes, I mean, no. It's just who I am.
I love that. You should. I find that so fucking funny. Do you think in the credits they just put like a shovel next to your name, and then people who don't know who you are are just gonna be way more confused? Like, are they doing it on purpose?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Is this actually a blatant ripoff?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
copyrights. Have the Yacht Club copyright at the bottom.
You're already wearing
Just to
the
throw
jacket.
everything
They
off.
can't copyright you now.
Oh yeah.
Yacht Club Games. That's actually
It's
really
real-
cute. Did you guys all get like jackets for each other when you were like?
Yeah.
Wait, really? As like a celebration?
So every Christmas or something, this was actually gotten for a PAX, but there's a person in charge of operations, and they have a budget to supply us with some stuff, and they got us this jacket, which I like a lot because it like has the vampire
The collar. You
and,
looked like
and a raincoat. We were going somewhere cold, and like we're in Southern California, and there's no seasons, and so they were like, well, so that everybody doesn't freeze to death, we're gonna provide you guys jackets and raincoats.
I don't think I
And
could
we're
ever
like, oh,
wear
okay.
a jacket with a collar on it anymore after seeing anime. Like it comes off as edgy now to me.
What do you mean?
I see
That's the
someone with the
entire reason to
collar
do
up,
it.
I don't like. I would rather freeze. As soon as the collar goes up, I just feel like I'm a little too edgy. No, don't do that.
You don't know the joy of being Trigun.
That's That's a way cooler jacket, okay? That's like fashion cosplay jacket.
I'm not wearing Trigun's jacket. I'm just saying that I feel I can do this and like.
Okay, but Vash doesn't. He doesn't hide himself inside of it.
No, I was blowing my nose.
Nick, there's this really cool invention that we have called a tissue that works really well for that kind of thing.
Girl, I'm from the future. We don't use tissues.
What do you mean I'm the VTuber? Why would you be the one from the future? That's not.
It comes in waves. It was like people on cam, VTubers after the VTuber wave will be back to people.
Do you think it's just gonna go back and forth for years? It's just like flesh tubers,
just like music.
VTubers.
Yeah, we call ourselves flesh tubers.
Back to the fleshies. Sorry, I know that's an offensive word. Back to VTubers again.
With the fleshies. Yeah. And then there's a mix. The V flesh tubers.
What? We're like, what? Half of them is a VTuber and the other half is like the real person.
It's like a person wearing stickers on their face, basically, of art. Oh, so it'd have like the bangs object here, and then when I smile, like the art kind of changes. It's complicated.
Sounds like an uncanny valley e-girl in a way.
Oh yeah.
It kind of feels like what it is.
It's whatever you want.
I actually did want to talk to you a little bit about like how.
Sorry, the nonsense quotient.
Yeah, listen, I had to bring it back. I wanted to talk to you about how you like got on to doing art and then come to make, one of the most beloved indie games that's out there.
Yeah.
Because I assume you started art from a very young age, maybe. Unless you started it late.
No, I definitely started as a young age. As a kid, and drawing
as a kid.
And no, I like did art and I would show it to my family and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you could make money doing that, I guess." Like my grandpa especially was just like how do you like? He's like a finance guy and he's like, "I guess this is like a career." Like he had never considered it and was trying to be supportive, and I was just like, "I like to draw dragons." I'm like 13.
Stop. And I did the exact same thing where I was just drawing dragons and I was like, I'm such a good artist.
Yeah.
Everyone draws dragons when they're a kid.
Dude, dragons are the best. I like that's like exclusively what I drew. My parents were concerned. I remember my stepdad took me to a museum one time to see if like he could show me like what real art is, and he showed me. It was like we were at the Getty, and it was like just like beautiful paintings all over the place. And then there's this one statue of like Satan. Like literally Satan with like bat wings, and it's like this pedestal in the middle of the room, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I was immediately drawn to it. And he's like, "What the hell are you doing?
What are you looking at? Why is this an art exhibit?"
He's like, "Look at the paintings. That's a horse." I was like, "Yeah, but it's like cool, it's like Satan." I don't know. Anyway,
that's funny. I went to an art exhibit as a kid too, and the first thing I saw was anime titties, which is really awkward because it was a fine art exhibit. And in one of the fine arts was like an anime girl up against a glass, like trying to get out, but it was weirdly sexual because it's anime. And I'm like 10 looking at it, and it's like, I'm on a field trip for school, and I have my DS out to play PictoChat. What am I looking at?
Your DS just drops to the floor as your mouth droops open.
Man, don't go to fine art museums as a kid, huh?
That's crazy. I wonder if your teachers were like embarrassed.
I probably just left and they weren't like, they didn't even see me. I could have gotten lost at that point. Yeah,
they were transfixed by the
literally just
anime
this
girl.
where I'm just looking up at it. What is that? And look, then that started down me the path of VTubing, huh?
Yeah. So good. Maybe I should take my kids to a porn exhibit.
No, don't do it. So
could be the future VTubers.
Yeah. We need cleaner VTubers than that. So when did you start pixel art then? When did you decide like, dragons aren't enough for me. I need more.
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't think that like you could do. I didn't know what art was. I don't know. Like I thought I was going to be a comic book artist because that's like the most exposed to art. At that point, I was.
That's the only.
It didn't occur to me that like people.
Of a job.
Well, it didn't occur to me that like, people made video games, and like I know that sounds stupid, but like that was like a weird concept. And then in college, or in high school, I started learning animation, just like hand-drawn animation. And then I realized, oh, like people do this. This is like a thing people do. There's lots of industries that are based on this. And so I did like hand-drawn animation and Flash. You guys remember Flash? It's not called Adobe Animate.
That's,
It was
you know,
Macromedia
Flash is dead now?
back
That
in the
makes
day.
me so sad.
It's not dead. It's just
It's
you know
gone.
used for other things.
Yeah,
It's not.
but
It's dead as
you
far
know
as
how
like
hard it is
embedded on
to
the
play
internet.
Flash games now. For a while,
Yeah.
like you couldn't play Flash
Yeah.
games anymore. I want to play my really shitty Flash games that I played in school to ignore my teacher. Line Rider.
I never. Yeah, and was it? There's a tower
Those
defense one.
physics-based games. Yeah, Balloons
Like a-
before it became an actual video
Balloons.
game.
Yes, and then there was like a.
Age
There's
of
one that was like.
War?
There's like Village, and you were like killing the villagers. Anyway, I played that one.
That's fucked up, Nick. I don't know what
I
you're
know.
playing. Me
Well-
on Age of War being clean and happy. You destroying a villager's home.
Age of War, yeah,
Pillaging
clean and
them.
happy.
Chad, give me some Flash games. I'm trying to reminisce now. I'm trying to think of that. There's like Flash
no
Tetris.
porn games.
Yeah, not porn.
That's all you can-
No porn games. Obviously, don't mention those. Why'd you get them started? Don't remind them.
Pillage the
that
Village.
those
That was the
exist.
name of the game I played.
Pillage.
Yeah,
the
Pillage the
Vi-
Village is cool.
Why is that? You know what? I'm just gonna say that the olden days were a little weird with the games that they came out with. A lot of violent video games.
Yeah, but they didn't try to like take your money. That's like so great.
Yeah, well,
But I think that's like one of the
would you
actual
rather
appeals of
have
old
gore
Flash
or
games.
capitalism.
Gore. You kidding? Yeah, I think like one of the things that's cool about those is they were just like really small experiences. They didn't try to like there was ads and that's how they made their money, but like on the website, but not in the games. The gore, the games themselves were like a pure experience.
I know,
That's
they
like
were really
definitely
cool. I mean, there's a
totally
lot of
unique
those.
in this world.
Do you ever like,
Yeah.
feel nostalgia a little? Sorry, I'm sitting down, so ignore that my everything is freaking out. I love that. I love when that happens. No, it thinks my mic is my hand whenever that happens. It starts freaking out. Do you ever go back and play old Flash games to kind of like feel like a child again? Feel that nostalgia?
Every now and then. I haven't in a while though. I used to play in college. I would download RPG Maker games because they were free. And
Oh god, wait, did you
small.
play the horror? Whoa. Oh, Jesus Christ, did you play the horror ones?
There was a few. There's one that was called Ahriman something.
There's a lot. RPG Maker, what is happening? Hello?
Ahriman?
What is going on with my voice? Is it because I've been streaming 4 days in a week?
Me too. I think you're good. Just clear throat.
Wait,
I'll
keep
do it too.
talking. I'm gonna fix this.
Okay. Go for it. Yeah, so there was like I don't know, lots of games that we played. They're free. I don't remember a lot of them. They were all like really basic, but I remember one of them was cool. It was instead of like the typical RPG Maker battle where you like get to a different screen, you like just bumped against each other. And it was cool. Not, I mean, yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to think of a fucking
Sprites.
RPG Maker game where the sprites just hit each other and that's it. It's like you're clacking dolls against each other.
I'm looking at the name of it. Yeah, I mean, you're not actually holding Armand's Prophecy. That sounds right.
Dude, I remember I wanted to buy RPG Maker as a kid because I kind of wanted to get into it, but it was always like $99 or something, so I just never got into it.
Oh, I pirated it. Yeah.
Nick, you can't say you can't say that.
That was
You're a
15,
game
16 years
dev.
ago. That's the statute of limitations.
You can't admit it. You make video games, Nick.
I had no money.
That's no excuse. Okay, well, listen. Do you say that in a court of law when you steal something? Listen, guys, I didn't
I'm
have
never
any
been
money. I
arrested, so-
needed food. You can't charge me for that.
I think I would say that. I think they would be lenient.
I mean, capitalism. Remember, they're definitely gonna still put you
yeah.
in.
That's true.
God, I love. So I didn't play a lot of RPG Maker games, but I loved watching people play them. The games that I played were like pirated Halo on Halo 1 on PC for everything, and then like physics-based Flash games. Again, Age of War. One that I really liked.
Oh yeah,
was,
Portal Flash is really great.
That one too. There's also Mario Portal, and then there's one where
Mm-hmm.
you are in like a mining rig, and you just dig into the earth to get like money. And I don't remember the exact name of it, but chat, that was peak childhood gameplay. Peak, I tell you.
They're all children. They have no idea what we're talking about. They don't even know what
my
Flash is.
chat's age range is like 18 to 40.
What?
My chat's
Okay.
age range is like 18 to 45 or something like that. It's so varied.
Okay.
It's legitimately crazy. I looked at the.
I just like I'll talk about Flash, and it's like people like, you know, I had to remind people, oh, it's called Adobe Animate now, and like,
Oh,
you know, I talk
God.
about like the NES.
I don't want
Like,
to
I was
give
talking
Adobe
to somebody
the
about.
respect, so I don't want to call it that.
I know. Well, I was talking to somebody about Mario 64,
1 second.
and they kept. What's up?
Mods, destroy that miner. Get rid of them. Get them out. Ban them. Ban them. Get rid of them. Get the gun. Thank you.
Shoot the child.
And chat, don't make jokes about being underage. If you're not, we will ban you no matter what. This is not an 18+ stream. All right. Anyways, I was thinking about the Flash games again because I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
GamerNell, if you aren't, oh, you are. Okay, never mind. They said it twice. That means they are banned. That's what I said. I warned you, chat. I warned you. I was looking at you. Anyways, go ahead.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why
Dude,
would you admit it?
When you're a child, your brain isn't fully developed, so they just
that's
say
true.
stupid things.
Yeah.
Which I think, if you're a child, you should never say your age anywhere on the internet.
Ever.
And two,
Like so much no, never.
just stop.
Don't
be a
to
child.
sneak around it, but like people like will target you. It's like so. Okay.
That's
look,
why it's not. That's why you should.
I am a father, and I
that's-
understand
That's
looking
exactly
after
why
children.
nobody should say like there's a lot of reasons. Just don't do it. Anyways, in 4 years when you have cash, feel free to come back and throw some money at me.
Yeah.
Capitalism. We're
Well,
rolling
no,
it
they
back.
can work now depending on the state, right?
No, that's child labor, Nick.
Yes.
Just because you
I
make your
know.
kids do chores, it doesn't mean that other people can do it for money.
Nah, bro, just go to Florida.
What the fuck? Children? Do you mean those tiny laborers that I use in my factory? Perfect.
Yeah, no, there's kids right now that are 14 and older working right now.
What, like in America?
Yes.
Like real jobs or like under the counter
Okay,
jobs?
look, the federal law is under 14.
What?
Which
who the
means that
fuck
there's-
is hiring a 13-year-old for like pizza delivery?
Well, they don't do that. They hire them for like their nimble fingers to get inside the horrible sewing
What, like,
machines.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
It's not good. What do you want from me?
What the fuck?
It's
The
not my
children
idea.
yearn for the mines. Bring them back. They're playing Minecraft every day.
They can reach their hands in the crevices to get the little nodes of silver.
No. Oh my. Did you ever try making a Flash game?
No.
No.
I was waiting for you to branch off from there to see where you
I
would
was
take
trying to bring it back.
No, yeah, no, I've never made a Flash game.
So was
I did
Shovel Knight
I do
your
Flash
first endeavor,
animations.
or was it the stuff
No, I
happening
worked at-
before that?
I worked at Way Forward. I got hired because of Flash, actually, because they wanted to make a game using Flash as an engine.
But you never made a Flash game.
But it gets canceled. So actually, they weren't using Flash. They were using Flash to produce the art, and then it was. This is actually a thing that nobody will know is being made in Scaleform. Scaleform was like the menu engine back in PS3 era when Infamous came out. It was one of the big ones. You
I
could press
forgot
pause
about
and
that
like
game.
things would like go on the screen, and you could have like it would like have like visual animations and stuff. Before that, every menu was just like a list of things that you would just have like a cursor move through. But like Scaleform was basically a transformed Flash.
Wait, are you
content
talking about when
into-
the menu like animates itself onto the screen?
Yes.
Really?
That was like a new thing for the PS3, yes. So that was a menu engine, but for some reason, the company I was working for tried to make a video game in that engine, and it was just not capable of doing it. It was just like so weird. So that game was immediately like that game like lasted for 4 weeks before it was canceled.
Oh my god.
But that's kind of like where I started, and then I worked on a game called the Ultimotion Fitness. I will be extremely surprised if anybody in chat knows what Ultimotion Fitness is. It's
wait, you worked on a fitness game?
It's okay. Well, no, it's a game that was trying to trick grandmas into buying this instead of the Wii Fit. And that's not a guess. That's what the executives said. We were working. That was at Way Forward again, and we were working with a toy company, and they were like, "Yeah, it's like a QVC. Like, do you guys know what QVC is? Where you call in and you buy stuff from the TV." Sure. Except for with money and grandmas and 2 a.m. Basically at 2 a.m. or like like late at night, you get like those shows that are just like, hey, buy this jewelry, buy this
like
thing, buy this. Yes, but they're like selling right at the camera. So that's what this was made for. It was like this video game that was a work for hire thing. And yeah, you just said, yeah. And so it was really literally supposed to be a ripoff of the Wii Fit. It had like the same orange, gray, and white coloring. I think we ripped off the font.
That's
it was
so
like
weird to
so
think about.
Evil. And on the package it says like as seen on TV. It was a plug and play, like you get a DDR dance mat.
Was it a good game at least?
No, it was awful. No, it was terrible.
Jesus Christ.
And these two like things that looked like Wiimotes, they were just like accelerometer actuators. They were just like basically like on or off kind of thing. And you would like, there was a boxing game, you just like swung your arms as fast as you could. And yeah, that was like the thing you played. It's really impossible. I still have one. It has a running game where you run in place and then you like run over here and then you run over here.
What was the game name? I kind of want to see what this looks like.
It's called the Ultimotion Fitness.
Jesus Christ.
Ultimate in motion.
Ultimotion
we like
Fitness.
didn't put our name on it. We like didn't like, there's no credits. It's a collection of like 3 or 4.
I'm getting Adidas shoes popping up instead of this.
Oh really? You used to be able to see a thing for it.
Oh my god, I'm really interested in this. Ash, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. I have a lovely guest on today. We're doing a Porcelain Parlor with nickWOZ, the brilliant mind behind Ultimotion Fitness, and I guess Shovel Knight too. He was the artist for Shovel Knight.
Oh, they repackaged it. Okay, here, wait.
Did you find a picture of it?
This is great. I found an eBay listing for one.
eBay? How much does it cost?
It's like $27.
Maybe I'll do a stream
actually.
of this. Maybe I'll bring this up and I'll do a whole Twitch stream
this
of Ultimotion Fitness.
Is a sequel. Oh my god!
They made
This is not the original. Wait, maybe ours was the sequel.
What do you mean
because
they made a second one?
I don't know, man. This is not the same coloring on the box.
What?
This is so wild.
This?
There's like different games, but they used art. The art is awful. The characters are so bad.
What the fuck is this? Nick, can you swing to twirl your chair to the left real quick so I can show this on screen? I'm gonna move myself too. What? What is this, dude? Nick, this is targeted. This is like a hate crime against old people.
Yeah.
This is definitely targeted, bro. Ultimotion, your move controls the game. This is, this is very peak 90s. Look at all this.
Such a lie. This is the red and blue version.
What the fuck?
And it comes with more accessories. Look at that. There's like a ladle.
It's all the same accessory because you only do the same thing, the same motion.
Yes, of course. Yes.
It's got a wireless
look at the football.
Game.
What do you do with the football?
What is the what? Oh my god!
I can't believe there's.
Look at the whole family watching.
This must have come after, because there's not. The games that we did were a boxing game, a running, like you're running on a track.
Nick made this. He did this. It was his idea to scam the grandmas, actually.
We didn't even have a director for this game. I was an artist. There was a couple programmers, and like I would just tell the programmers what to do. I was like the de facto director of this, and it was not good. And like,
did you make
we fought over this?
Looking at Nick?
No, this was like, no, this is the sequel. My art was way better.
I love this. I kind of want, just to prove a point, I want to do a collab in this with other streamers and just see how stupid it would be.
Oh, you should just like talk it up like it's the next best thing.
I'm actually gonna
Not
bring
even
this
say
up
anything
and be
weird.
like, did you guys see that new Wii Sports? I'm actually gonna talk it up like it's a fucking infomercial.
Oh wait, here's the original. Here's the one that I
original?
did. Yeah, it's an Amazon listing. Oh, you can't buy it anymore. Here.
Oh no, how am I gonna collab in it now if I can't buy it? This is so unfortunate.
It's got a yoga lady on the front.
Wait, let me open up the images because Amazon is unsafe to show to anyone.
Oh yeah, right.
Amazon loves just putting your direct location in the top left corner of the screen. Thanks, Amazon. Here we go. Look at this! Nick, you can't.
Okay, yes.
This is
Zoom in on
a
the
Wii Fit thing.
zoom in on the. Can you zoom in on the bottom right? You can see the images of the. Yeah, no, it literally is a Wii Fit.
Oh my god. Plug and play. Plug it in and play. As all, you know, that's literally every video game. I don't know why they added a plug and play as a.
It's because there's no like. It's just a console. You like plug it right into the TV. But there's a running game. There's a DDR game, and they not punch out, and none of them work really well. It's all 2D and bad.
Look, you can see a little bit of the art. I want. Nick, this is horrible. You
gotta like really do it because the running is actually really hard.
Triangles, push-ups, leg lifts, lunges.
Oh yeah, there's like a working out thing. Joel, if you like get fit with Ultimotion Fitness, I'll be very proud.
Listen, I would love to get fit with Ultimotion Fitness. My favorite video game. My actual childhood. I would love to bring this back. This game needs to be revitalized.
Oh, this one's $200.
$200?
Yeah.
Who is paying $200 for Ultimotion Fitness?
I don't know. Nobody, obviously.
Chad, would you pay $200 for Ultimotion Fitness? Would you? Be honest, Chad. That's a peak game right there. Don't lie to me and say you wouldn't. Ultimotion Fitness is #1. We fit at home. We fit at home.
Yeah. Hey, Jirbits, what's up?
Oh my god.
Anyway, so yeah, that was like one of my first games,
and then he worked on Shovel
and then I did
Knight
lots of other stuff
afterwards.
Yeah, I used that energy to fuel my rage. Actually, that was like a really
game, dude.
That was a really messed up way to get into the games industry because, like, again, like we didn't have like really proper leadership. Like we would have people come in to like that were from upstairs working on. They were working on like Contra 4 or whatever, and they'd come down and like look at this and be like, I can't believe like we as a company are putting this out. And like I heard that, I'm like, oh no, I hope I can keep my job. And they just like, yeah. So I moved around a lot from there. I worked on a Barbie game. I worked on a Centipede game.
Barbie?
Your cousin's Barbie?
Probably. I don't know.
Whoa.
We gotta make the connection somehow.
Yeah. No, I think she's yeah.
Wait, which Barbie
one of the things
game? Because those are
Barbie,
pretty popular, Nick.
I know. Barbie and the Three Musketeers. So one of the things that's weird. Yeah.
Whoa.
One of the things that's weird about those games is that you can't. There's a lot of rules for what Barbie can and can't do because it's like a very kid friendly thing. So like Barbie can't die. Barbie can't kill anything. Nothing can die. She can't get wet, and she can't
in the water.
Like there was an enemy that was just like a dropping bucket.
Yeah.
Of water drops, and you couldn't do that. Yeah. Not that it would like change anything or like be, like it wouldn't like change your model to be a wet t-shirt contest thing or whatever. But like, it was just like, no water, can't get on her at all. Which I think that's how they explained it to us.
Because they don't want to ruin the toys and get kids the idea of like putting in water, I guess.
Maybe. I think they were like very opposed to anything that would remotely even contacting something inappropriate for a Barbie. Like they mentioned the wet t-shirt thing. It was weird. They were like very, very like guarded about things that were just stupid.
Barbie is God and or an undead. There's only one way to explain her immortal life.
She's hydrophobic. Yeah, she's like those slip covers that the wine goes right off of. Yeah, anyway, so like all the enemies were like robots that like when you hit them, they would like and then like fly away or whatever. Or there was a big dog and it got sad, but like it didn't die.
When you
anyway, that was like
a dog and it just like is like, all right, bye.
yeah. And then I worked on a Blood Rain game, a Blood Rain Betrayal.
Ooh, that actually
was
sounds
cool.
like the first real game that you've mentioned.
That one was legit. That one was cool. It was very hard and like lots of combos and stuff, and it wasn't received well because it wasn't a Blood Rain type game. Blood Rain is like a 3D game. It's all about like being a vampire and jumping on Nazis and sucking on their blood. But we made like one that was like it was like 2D action and fighting, and like you did like launchers and combos.
You played as a vampire and killed Nazis. What is your fucking career, man? You made a scam game for the Wii Fit, then you made Barbie, then you made a vampire Nazi fighting game, or a vampire fighting Nazis game, and then Shovel Knight.
Yeah. Well, there's also Double Dragon Neon. That one I was actually really proud of.
That's also a very legit game. That is a very popular franchise.
Fun. Yeah, that one's cool. That one's like very co-op and really stupid. It was like fun stupid though. And then so that was like the team that like the Double Dragon Neon team is the team that basically became the Yacht Club Games team. We like quit and went to we made Shovel Knight as a result,
and a lot of amazing other games that are also related to Shovel Knight, because I when I was looking up the logo or like a PNG of Shovel Knight, I just realized how many Shovel Knight games there are, like spin-offs and everything else. You guys have been putting in a lot of effort here.
Yeah, so the original Shovel Knight came out in 2014,
which is
and we
so
had crazy
because how long ago that was.
I know, it's like almost 10 years. Don't remind me, I'm so old. Part of the Kickstarter for it was we promised a bunch of extra game modes to play as different characters, and those just became other games. And so if you originally backed Shovel Knight for $10, it got you like 5 whole games, and that's like
very worth it, but it might even be a little too much worth it.
Definitely. It kills me.
If I saw someone with staff like this on their resume, I would employ them immediately. Oh my god.
Yeah, anyway, so Shovel Knight came out in 2014, and then Plague of Shadows was 2015, and then 16 or 17 was Spectre of Torment, and then 2019
just
was
a lot of fucking
King of Cards and Showdown. Yeah, those were all like the main games. And then there's also Shovel Knight Dig, which is made by Nitrome. They're a big Flash Games maker.
So there's is playing Pocket Dungeon right now, apparently.
And Pocket Dungeon, yes, I love Pocket Dungeon. That's the game that we made, and it's getting DLC right now. We're adding DLC. Mod support. Actually,
wait,
mod support's out there. Yes, you can make your own characters.
Can I add? Can I add tits to Shovel Knight?
Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to publish it on the Steam Workshop, but you can do whatever you want.
Wait, let me say hi to the raid. Welcome, Raiders! My name is PorcelainMaid. I used to be a sexy sack of man meat before I died and my soul got trapped inside the body of a sexier female doll. I'll do the shortened version of the raid because I have a very cool guest on today, nickWOZ, an amazing game dev streamer, and you might know him from the games Barbie and the Three Musketeers. One vampire game where they fight Nazis, a scam game, and Shovel Knight.
It's a storied career.
Hi, Sim. Thanks for the raid. I love that. God,
anyway,
it's Barbie the Nazi Slayer.
Oh yeah, all combined into one.
Oh my god.
No, it's awful. Too bad. Too much bad. I mean, when you work at a company that's like about outsourcing and like getting licenses, you don't like. I worked I worked also like on a Smurfs
game. But it gives you a lot of different like variation, and you should not just say that you worked on a Smurfs game too. Jesus Christ. What the fuck, Nick?
The Smurfs 2, the movie 2 or something. First Smurfs the game, the movie 2. Smurfs the movie 2, the game. One of those.
You worked not on a Smurfs game. You worked on a Smurfs movie game.
Yeah. No. Yes.
I feel like that's.
I would be okay
distinction.
if it was like a throwback to the original Smurfs and like had hand drawn stuff and they look cool and it's like something that Lizard Cube made. But no, it was like based on the movie, and we couldn't do things like Smurfs couldn't really die.
Smurfs are immortal.
Really
You heard it here first. Gargamel was never going to get him.
He wants to eat them. Do you know what's the story?
Yeah, he wants to eat the Smurfs for gold or something.
Smurfs. That's so weird.
It was for gold or it was for something. I don't remember which one it was.
It was for gold?
I think he thought the Smurfs would give him gold or something. Or like if he ate them, I don't know. It was something with like wealth, I'm pretty sure. Or power. I
don't know. Maybe the movie's canon is different than the
for
cartoons.
magic powers. How many of you watch the Smurfs? How many of you even know what the Smurfs are? Smurf lore is insane.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
Stupid.
Welcome in anyone who's just joining in. I have one of my favorite game devs on the stream, nickWOZ. He's made lots of games. His most famous game, Barbie and the Three Musketeers.
I'm a Gargamel supporter.
The Smurfs aren't mushrooms, but they live in mushrooms, right? I think that's what it was.
Tried to, okay, wait, here. Anna posted it. He initially tried to. Oh, wait, it's moving. Catch a Smurf so he could. God damn it.
Yeah, I could read
turn
it.
them into
He
gold.
initially tried to catch a Smurf so he could turn them into gold. Later on, he found a recipe for Smurfs, so he wanted to try that as well. Of course, eventually, he's been thwarted by them so many times, he doesn't care about eating them or turning them into gold. He just wants to destroy them. So he's petty. He's a petty bastard.
That definitely sounds like a shifting rating system.
That definitely sounds like some kind of Nordic mythology. It sounds like a fucking grim fairy tale that just like got Disneyfied.
That's so bad.
It's so goofy, the sound. Yeah, he
anyway.
created Smurfette. Yeah, Gargamel created Smurfette. Yeah, Joel. Hey guys, what was your favorite part of the PorcelainMaid stream today? Oh, I liked when we talked about Smurf lore. That was my favorite part. Jesus Christ.
I wish he would just like eat a few. So
it would make for a better story.
Are,
Yeah, it would make the story a little more serious.
He's just a jerk. But if he just like got a few every now and then
just like in Pokemon, if Team Rocket actually, stole a Pokemon for once. They've seem a lot more threatening afterwards.
Terrifying.
But then again, I always thought, okay, I'm gonna complain about Pokemon real quick. One of the stupidest things in Pokemon is stealing a Pokemon when it is so easy. There are so many of those motherfuckers that they like are basically an infestation on the wild grass. Why do you need to steal one when there are like 50,000 of them outside? Instead, go steal the goddamn Master Balls.
It's about misery.
No,
they're trying to make children unhappy.
Listen, they're trying to make money, which is, as a byproduct of children's unhappiness, okay? And what they need to do, because Master Balls are canon in the anime, they can just go steal a load of Master Balls and then be done.
Where do they get the Master Balls?
From the fucking Pokemon company. Duh. What, do you not know the lore, Nick? There's like a... Chat, what the fuck is the corporation in Pokemon? There's a capitalistic corporation in Pokemon that mass produces Pokeballs.
I think I like the lore best that says that
Silphco.
Pokemon, the whole Pokemon thing is a game for 10-year-olds, and like everybody's in on it as an adult, and they just kind of let the 10-year-olds run around the world and have fun.
I don't like that theory.
Like, it's not actually. That's
not as whimsical.
Not actually someone trying to steal the Pokemon. There's not actually a
you sound like the people that like the ashes in a coma theory.
No, that's dumb.
What do you mean that's dumb? But the children playing pretend isn't?
Yeah, no, the LARPing is. It makes sense.
Here's the thing. I can fix all of the Pokemon problems right now. Make the main character not a 10-year-old, and then boom, everything makes sense now.
Well, yeah, that's the entire thing. That's what I'm saying.
Literally, if the main character was a 20-year-old, him saving the world would make a lot more sense than having a 10-year-old.
Well, and also, like, the stakes could be bigger because you don't have to have the phrase "killing children" involved at all.
I've been complaining about this for so long about why they keep making them 10, because when you're a 10, because from what I heard, Nintendo thinks that when you're a 10-year-old, you want to relate to another 10-year-old. No, fuck that. When I'm 10, I want to play as an adult because I don't want to be another 10-year-old in the game. I don't want to go to school and homework in the game.
No, but you want to be like, you want to imagine yourself like going on an adventure.
I can imagine myself as an adult, as a 10-year-old.
That's because you're an adult.
Well, as a 10-year-old, I could have.
Wait. You're saying I can imagine myself as a 10-year-old, imagining myself as an adult.
As a 10-year-old, I imagine myself as an adult all the time.
Acting out a 10-year-old's fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be cool though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because the oldest protagonist was the Legend Arceus spinoff. No, actually, it wasn't. I think it was the GameCube ones, which were really good. The Colosseum and Gale of Darkness. I think they were 18-year-olds or something like that. 17, 18, which was a little bit better. Though they didn't save the world. They were just saving a small town or country or something.
Oh my God. Just a massive population.
Smaller scale, you know? It made more sense on that way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they don't meet God. Like, literally. There were 17. Oh my gosh.
To be fair, you get kidnapped by God in one of the games, so it's different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's
and then God sends you back in time as like a 16-year-old without your family in a place that you don't know anything about. So you're like, what the fuck? That's literally the plot to Legends Arceus. You get kidnapped as a 16-year-old and sent back into time with no way of going back, and then you beat the game and you still don't get to go back. So he just kidnapped them.
Did you go?
Literally like a millennia before like the continent was, before Pokemon were tamed.
Oh God. So they're just dead to their family.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's fucked up. I've seen. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Are they their own grandpa?
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about that. It's gonna be a fucking Futurama scenario where he fucks his own grandma.
The trees of family trees extends. Like
Suika, thank you. Chat. Suika is Fillion's editor. Say hi to him. It's really stupid when you think about it. Okay, one of my favorite things. I like Arceus. I like Legends Arceus. I think it's one of the best Pokemon games of to date. Because you know, I don't want to talk about Nintendo too much, but like a lot of the Pokemon games recently have not been the best. But the spin-off ones are always great. They always have great ideas. Legend Arceus spin-off, great idea. Pokemon Ranger, good for a couple. Could have expanded more on it. Great idea. Mystery Dungeon games obviously have been proven to be amazing already.
It's a much better. It's a different genre. It's a different game. Yeah.
But I loved Arceus because I saw one edgy fan art where the main character, the 16-year-old, is just like in a fetal position crying because they're stuck in the past. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like this now. The story it has more stakes because this kid's just fucking trapped here and it can't go back home.
They just need a DLC where you can get back home. And it's just like it's just for that's all it is. It's just like you go back to home. You know, it's for the adults.
Like you do all the shit that God wants you to. In the story, Nick, you literally get discriminated against for being like an outsider. And then it's insane. It's really good. Go play Legends Arceus, everyone.
I'm not gonna play Legends Arceus. Okay, Pokemon games are made to be the same game because they're constantly trying to capture the same, like the 10-year-old of this generation, right? Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to play all of them.
And they really don't need to innovate to sell well. Like
no, and they're like the point is to it's to be a game that you give to your kids. It's to be a game that like gets you into
which
Pokemon,
sucks for everyone else who grew up with it.
Well, of course, and to introduce all the things that they can sell you. And the spin-off games are the ones that are interesting because it's like taking the brand that you like and applying it to an actually new game. So like the Mystery Dungeon and stuff.
And I feel like putting more passion into it because most people that work on spin-offs are people that are actual Pokemon fans. Maybe,
and like they have a reason to approach it in a new way. But I think I like the new designs. I'm just like Pokemon'd out, you know? I have my favorite Pokemon. I like the Pokemon. I like the designs. They're appealing.
The Pokemon DLC came out too, and I didn't really want to play it either afterwards because I was just like, oh, the DLC's out.
I'm kind of
done with it. Shadow Lugia was one of the coolest things ever. I did like Shadow. I did like that game.
Oh, I said... Oh, I said it. Did your chat make you?
Oh no, they didn't make me play the DLC.
What's Shadow Lugia?
In the GameCube games, which are my favorite personal spin-offs, you catch shadow Pokemon, and like the main villain is like a Shadow Lugia, and they're like their heart's closed, and you need to open up their heart
with friendship.
I swear, it's a lot better than the mainline Pokemon stories.
I believe
it also had like a lot of really nice animations, because you remember the Pokemon Coliseum game where it was like it's just actual fighting. Those are kind of similar animations. It's really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Father, why do you never let us play the handheld? Well, you can play the handheld. Here's a lovely copy of Shovel Knight, which you can play on all these handhelds today, and then somebody edit all the games that you can play them on the stream. Do you like that? Is that good?
Yeah. Someone asked if I worked on Shantae, and I did a little bit.
Yeah, I was. That's immediately the first thing I thought of when you said Way Forward, and then I was like, "What the fuck is Way Forward doing scamming people? They make good games already."
I know. The thing is, they were always making a bunch of games. So like, they made Ultimotion Fitness. At the same time, they were working on a Wii game, the Lit, which was like a downloadable Wii game. At the same time, they were working on like a Aliens game, and like the Aliens game was like where a lot of like attention got. But the other ones also happened. They're just like making money. They made one of the biggest projects I was there for was a Silent Hill game that didn't do very well, but like it fed the company for a while.
You get some food on your plate. Also, Fen, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome, raiders. My name is PorcelainMaid. I'm a man. I died, soul and body of female doll. Go watch the lore video. It's on YouTube. I'm with nickWOZ right now, famous developer behind genius hit impact game Shovel Knight. See, you didn't expect me to say that. You thought I was going to say Barbie again.
I was going to see which one you said.
You thought I was going to say Barbie again, didn't you?
Game.
Yeah.
I think you just forgot that I worked on those other games.
No, Barbie, vampire fighting Nazi game, Smurf game, Ultimotion Fitness. I love that. That's like my favorite joke that you can do.
Yeah, no, my chat loves that too. They like to call out the Barbie game especially. And the thing is, I wasn't like part of the core team for a lot of these games. I just like did a few things for them. But you're in the credits, I guess.
Hey, it's still good. You're in the credits of a game that a lot of people played in their childhood, so that's pretty impressive either way. Even if it is not the best game in the world.
Not good. There's so few games that I want people to play from.
Even if that's when we found out that Barbie's actually an immortal who can't be killed.
Yeah, and can't be wet.
I actually love that. Well, okay. I do want to ask you a little bit more about your personal taste in games too, because I don't see you play games. Obviously, you do mostly art streams for the most part.
Yeah.
So when you do have time to play games, when I assume you're balancing between work life, kids, and streaming, what games are you like? What are you super into? Because I don't ever hear you talk about games, Nick. I just always hear you working on them.
I know. The thing is, I have done a lot less games playing lately, just because I've been focusing on art. But I do like
your
games
favorites?
that are really. I like games that are really mechanics driven and that are like the narrative is built into that. So like one of my favorite games I played a few years ago was Subnautica, and that game is like so effective at combining games mechanics and narrative, because you have to go deeper to get the thing.
You paid attention to the narrative, because I was shitting myself when I played the game.
No, not the story, but the
objectives,
like
kind of.
You have to go deeper, yes, and the deeper things are scary, and then that helps you get better so that you can go even deeper. Like that, like the gameplay narrative is what I mean. Like the loop is really good. And I was like constantly terrified. Just
Chad, he's using game dev terms. I don't understand what he's saying. what do these big words mean?
No, the story is like whatever, who cares? But like you feel like you're part of that world. I've been playing a game recently. It's an indie game called Slasher's Keep. It's a like dungeon crawler where you're the 2D sprites in a 3D world, and it's all like really cel shaded, and but it's like it's a looping thing. So
what kind of like Octopath when you mean cel shaded? Or not cell.
No,
sorry,
no.
not October. That you guys used to. I'm thinking of Borderlands is cell shaded.
Yeah, kind of like Borderlands, but it's like the
Zelda.
environment has
Oh my
like
God.
yes, Wind Waker is like the original cell shaded thing that people know about. But yeah, it's sort of like that. It's like, but everything has 2D sprites, so it's not like 3D models. Like you're
Is
in
this
the
on
3D
Steam,
environment, but
or is
you're
it on each
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, Slashers Keep. It's great. I highly recommend it.
Highline.
It's
Let me
like
see.
You're getting. Yeah, I can get you a link if you want.
Hold on, my Steam is doing the thing where it's on a black screen for 40 minutes.
Oh, that's fun.
Slashers Keep. Oh, it just popped up. Hell yeah.
Yep,
Oh wait, this has boomer shooter POV. Oh, I love this kind of thing.
Yes, it's great. It's really good. You're like making weapons and you go through.
Yo.
Yeah, work on that on DS.
Chat here. I'll show you guys again. I know you guys like seeing these things. They're obsessive with this kind of thing. I feel like if I don't show them, it's like a kid with an iPad. You know what I mean? They just get really antsy, and I don't want them to get antsy. Wait, hold on. Hey guys, this way. Pay attention. Come on, chat. I'm gonna show you cool stuff.
You have keys ready.
Listen to the keys. Look at the keys. They're my keychains that you can buy at PorcelainMaid.store. Go to the merch website today. We just opened it.
PorcelainMaid merch, you say?
It's actually a website. I bought a domain name for that. You had my plushie ready. Yo! I love that. Oh my God.
I recently dusted her.
Maybe I should do that too. I don't dust my plushies. I didn't realize that they would collect dust.
Oh my God, yes. Are you kidding me?
Well, it's because listen, I'm emotional. I'm sentimental. I give my plushies a kiss before bed because I like to feel the sentiment.
Does it have a little like wear mark?
I really hope not. That's like that's as embarrassing as when you stand up from a chair and you see your ass mark on it. It's like I don't want that. I don't know if people come over. I don't want them to see a kiss mark on the plushies.
That's gross, especially if it's like. Well, we'll assume that it's on the forehead.
Here you go, chat. Look at this. It's got boomer shooter POV. Why can I not talk today? Oh, it kind of has like the Resident Evil backpack too. Which, did you know that there's a game purposely based around the Resident Evil backpack system called Backpack Hero?
Yes, Backpack Hero is great.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. It is.
It also stars a little mouse.
It does star a little mouse.
Which is relevant because we're working on Mina the Hollower at the same time, so
yay,
mouse characters.
How many games are you working on at once at any given point?
2. Would
you say?
Oh, actually, okay. Hold on.
Are you thinking?
5?
Are you thinking?
Okay. Yes.
You're working on 5.
Okay.
You better have some minor roles in some of them, so you're not losing yourself.
Oh yes. Yeah. So like Pocket Dungeon and Dig, I'm very minorly involved at this point, because they're working on DLC and stuff, and so I'm just like giving like some approvals or helping to write script, that kind of stuff. And then there's Mina the Hollower, which is the pixel game that's like a Castlevania top-down Zelda, and we did a Kickstarter for that, and that was really well. You can check that out. And then I'm also working on a secret game that nobody knows about, and it's 3D.
A 3D game.
That's still at Yacht Club, yeah.
Do you know how to make? Do you make 3D assets? Do you do 3D art sometimes?
I can, yeah, totally.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's fun. And then I'm also working at night on Auto and the Ancient Worlds. That's like the moonlighting game that I'm working on with Ox and Jordan. So, and there's also an app that I'm working on, but that's not really a game. So,
is it a cool app, or is it?
It's Pando. It got hacked.
God damn it!
It was really upsetting.
It's
actually.
just more. Jesus Christ. Nick animated something in A Boy and His Blob. Have you?
Yes,
you've done animation before for like? Is this a game? Is A Boy and a Blob in a game?
Yes, Boy and His Blob is originally an NES game, and we made a Wii version, and it was a fully hand-drawn like cell animation done on paper, scanned in and colored and visually. But I did little background animations and some big effects animations for it. I wasn't main animator on that kind of stuff. Like but the first game I was really the main animator for was Shovel Knight. before that I was like animation manager.
Well, not
and,
only
like,
that, you were like the
podcast
main just artist in general for Shovel Knight, right?
Yeah, the background stuff too. Yeah.
Wow. I assume you were only working on Shovel Knight when that happened, because you had to do a lot of work for that.
Oh yes, no, absolutely. That was like, so when we started the, we got the money from the Kickstarter, a bunch of it went to taxes right away, and then what we had for main was not a lot, and then sure, Anna, in a second.
Here's one that I already have open.
The tech animation. Yeah, perfect. So we like worked on that for a while, and then our money ran out in like January. It didn't come out till June, so like we were like broke for a while.
What? You guys were working on nothing? Did you just have to like?
No, it was.
No, were you eating Eggo waffles in the office or something?
I borrowed money from my mom. I borrowed a car from my stepdad. And we were working like 7 days a week.
Would you say Shovel Knight was kind of like a Hail Mary to try to get everything off the ground?
Absolutely.
God, all indie game studios do this shit, man. We need like safety for you motherfuckers.
Well, no, it was bad. And it took us 16 months, but we were working like way over time. I think realistically, it was more like a 32-month like standard workday kind of thing. But with 5 people. The standard indie thing is to work on something for 12 years in your basement,
and then hope that it does well when you finally release it.
Well. Yeah,
and either you turn into, the Stardew Valley creator and be fucking set for life, or you turn into, someone with 3 downloads and 4 reviews on Steam.
Someone you never heard of. That's the sad thing, is that like I don't think Shovel Knight. I think Shovel Knight was very, very lucky, for lots of reasons. And it's like when we did our Kickstarter, it was before, like a bunch of websites said no more Kickstarters at a certain point. I mean, it was like we got in just before that. Like a bunch of like Kotaku and Destructoid and stuff. Like they had a policy change. I think it's a result of us actually, of not covering Kickstarters anymore. So we were able to get in before that, and people like covered it. It was also like before Let's Plays were a really mainstream thing.
Yeah.
And so like we had some, like it was like, oh, we could get some YouTubers to play it, and that was like a new idea.
You got that's how I found you guys too, from the coverage that I saw.
Yeah, so we had like a couple of people. Most notably was probably the Game Grumps at the time. It was Aaron and John at the time, and so like that was lucky and for us. We also like when we first debuted the thing on Kickstarter, we had contacted a guy at IGN who we didn't know him, but he had written a bunch of game FAQs of old Mega Man games. It was just like
fucking love them. I love for some reason every time I see a game fact from like way back in the day, I just get a blast of happiness. It's like it makes me so happy, even if it's a game that I don't know about or don't care about.
Yeah, I used to use them for like Final Fantasy walkthroughs and stuff. But yeah, we just there was a guy that it was the same name. The author was Colin Moriarty, who's since been like fallen out of favor in this on Twitter. But anyway, he's a main guy at IGN and this Game FAQs guy, and so we just like contacted him out of the blue, and he was like, "Hey, can we get like some coverage?" And he was like, "Yeah, we'll be front page day one." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He was super excited. So like we just got really lucky, and the PAX did really, really well, the PAX demo. So I think a lot of our success is just like the providence and happenstance that surrounded those 30 days of the event. And then that we were just like, also like there hadn't been a Mega Man game in forever. Like it was before Mighty Number 9. It was after Mega Man 10. So like people had played this kind of thing before, but like 10 wasn't as good as 9. And so like there was some hunger on that audience for a new Mega Man game, and so we got a lot of coverage from Mega Man sites. What I'm trying to get at is that I don't think
people that are fucking absolutely blasting it for anything Hollow Knight related. Like some fans of a community game, they just are like so desperate they will look for anything in a relation.
Yes, and then like Mega Man was like that, like to the extreme. Before Mega Man 9 came out, you guys, you don't know what it was like. But like Mega Man 8 came out on the Super Nintendo. Mega Man 9, the next thing, came out on the Wii. So like that huge gap of just like nothing was felt for so long. It's like waiting for Silk Song times 3. You know.
God.
Fortunately, is nowhere near as annoying of a fan base. Just kidding. So we were just very lucky. My point is that I think that like there's a lot of really great games that people don't find, and it's not because the games are bad. It's just because it didn't work out. Like the luck didn't work in their favor.
I mean, we play a lot of indie games on the stream, and I noticed there's a lot of them that are really creative and fun, but that sometimes they'll have like only 100 views in Steam. Like I found one recently that was a reverse tower defense game. I've never heard of that idea ever before, and it was fucking amazing. It was a great game.
That's cool. Yeah. What's it called?
Oh, it's called, oh my god. I was promoting this game to so many people, trying to get them to play it, and now I haven't touched it in a little bit because I put in so many hours into it. Let me check my favorites because I put it in there. Wait, how do you check favorites on Steam? Wait, what's the favorites button? There we go. It is called... Did I not put it in my favorites? Tower Escape! God, I am stupid. That was like the most basic name. So it's called Tower Escape. You play as a necromancer, and basically what you do is you try to go down a tower to try to escape from it, while all the people in the tower are with the towers. Like, they're the towers, and you are the attackers.
Yes, totally. I get you. Yeah.
It has banging music, and it's very creative because it is a roguelike. You unlock stuff, and you have fun with it.
You know, unlock new monsters and stuff. This is great. I think I'll play this. Like, there's lots of games like that where, like, okay,
they just have less reviews on it. They just don't get coverage.
Yeah. Environmental Station Alpha is one that I love. It's a really, really amazing Metroid-like. It's made by the guy who made Baba Is You.
What?
But it's like the game that came before that.
They made a Metroidvania game?
Yeah, it's really good.
What was it called?
The character's like, it's called Environmental Station Alpha. And the character is like 8 pixels tall. It's like the resolution's really crunchy and tiny, and it looks beautiful.
Wait, this is so cute.
It doesn't run 60, which is the worst thing, but it's really, really, really good. It has a really cool dash mechanic. It has an amazing grappling hook that's all like weird and physicsy. The mobility in that game is really excellent.
It looks adorable. It looks like something I could play on like one of those little mini emulator consoles.
Yes. It's really good, and it's really deep, and there's really weird late game stuff involving like going in parallel rooms on the map and stuff.
Wait, I love how bite-sized it is. This is so adorable. This feels like something you could play without thinking too much.
It is, and I teach a class, a pixel animation class, and every fall, and I always buy this for my students. It's like a bit of a refund for their tuition, where I just like make sure that they play this, because it's a really a great example of it's a one-person game, with dev by one person. The art obviously is really tiny, but it makes it so that you can do really lush, really complex design in the span of like a 5x5 8x8 pixel grid.
I love these bite-sized games. They are, I don't know, they're always so wonderful.
It's visually bite-sized. It's very long. It's actually like a really full-fledged game.
What? Like, what do you mean, like 8 hours?
No, like longer.
What?
I can check my playtime on it, actually.
If this game is like a 20-hour game, I would lose my shit, because that's insane. Especially for like something so cute.
Let's see. I have 95 hours on it, but I played it twice.
What do you mean 95 hours?
Yeah, bro. It's like a very,
do you
very
think
deep
because
game.
The game is more cuter with
yes,
they gave him more time to make more things?
If you go back to that boss, like that sprite for the dragon, the blue dragon guy that's made of the sections, that sprite, each of those sections is a 16 by 16 pixel tile. The asset creation is very small and very able to do this in the span of like a weekend. You can get a boss running, and so there's a ton of bosses, and I think that's actually
really creative
for people who want to make games, is to consider reducing your resolution super down and just like focus on the gameplay, because the gameplay shines through. The art looks really great. You can get some really cool ideas across, but it won't sell if you're using ESA as an example. But that doesn't matter. Like you're making a game.
They had Baba Is You, so I guess that they already got their dub.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have the dub now, and he's making ESA too. So
this is made by 2 people, I think.
Is it
RV and
art is the what?
Hold on. Yeah, is it this one? Is the publisher the one who published Baba Is You?
So RV Takari is the guy's name. Roop, I don't know who Roop is.
Because I don't see Baba Is You under the developer name, but it's under the publisher. Yeah, so it might be same. Maybe they're just the same people that are the publisher.
I think Roop might be the musician actually.
Yeah. Okay. So
RV Takari is Hempuli.
You're right.
Yeah.
They should really change that so both of the games are under the same dev, because like for some reason it's not. The dev name is wrong on here. They put their actual names as the dev instead of their fucking company.
That's really funny.
Maybe that's why people don't see it as much. How much does Baba Is You have done? 16,000 on Baba Is You, which is insane for like overwhelmingly positive reviews, which is always really good.
Yes, definitely.
1,000 is pretty good
Baba
though.
Is You is like amazing. Yeah, that's one of my favorite games.
95 hours. Holy fuck.
Well, like I said, I've played it all the way through twice. The first time was more like 60, 70 hours. And then
it's still a lot, Nick.
Time. I know.
Oh
there's
my
a lot
god.
There. There's some really, really hard stuff in there. Anyway, that game is great. And I have to like, always evangelize it because no one's ever heard of it.
It's okay. I like to parade around games that I like too, because I need other people to play them.
Join in the sickness.
There's a lot of it because so we do the thing called Porcelain Potluck where we do a theme and then we play a bunch of indie games based on that theme. So like let's say we have pixel games, we do a bunch of pixel games. Let's say we have roguelikes, we do a bunch of roguelikes. And that's how I find a lot of these games. I'll do 1 hour of each game just to show it off to people in the chat. It's so fun because there are so many of these small games, these like just a small indie game that doesn't have a lot of like reviews on it, but it's like it's just a genius game. It's like fun. It's great.
Yes,
I love it. I love that so much.
Those are the kind of games that like focus on really core mechanics. Just like the gameplay is really tight. It's about like doing the one gameplay thing over and over again, as opposed to like, I don't know. I think like story can get really long and boring in games. My least favorite kind of game is one that like takes control away from me and like tries to tell me a really long story.
Yeah.
And in general, like it just takes the immersion away, which is like why I love Subnautica so much, because it can tell a story or like it can build a world so effectively without taking gameplay away. You know what's happening. You can get the idea that like, this is a messed up planet and I have to go down there and I can like it's a big crash and like I need to,
my personal favorite like that.
I can feel the fear.
Is Dark Souls, because Dark Souls it's all environmental storytelling with like cryptic dialogue obviously, but most of it's in just you have to find it. That's how I built my own lore for the VTuber model as well, because I just like that kind of show don't tell storytelling, and I think it really works well with a game that focuses a lot on the mechanics instead of trying to like you said take control away and tell you a story instead. Not that I hate those story games too. Like I can enjoy a couple of them, but
story is good to add context, so you're not just like running into random nonsense. Like I think Dark Souls.
Because you say you like Final Fantasy too, and that's
really
still that's like it's heavily story driven.
Those have a lot more story, and I haven't played a Final Fantasy in a while, and I didn't like the remake of 7.
I prefer to watch those games. I don't really want to play them myself.
They're definitely
same
good
with
for
God of War,
watching.
like those types of games. There are some games where I know that they'd be fun to play, but I do not want to play them. Like Yakuza. I think Yakuza is a fucking funny, great game and has a good story.
Right, yeah.
I just like watching it more than playing it. Like I don't want to I don't want to sink so much time into a video game.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And also it's very long. More game than visual novel. Exactly. I think a way we used to describe it as like a video game that interrupts you for story is just like playing Netflix where you had to keep pressing play every 5 minutes. Like that's like the level of interaction for a lot of these games.
Can we put Nick and Hideo Kojima in a fist fight and see who wins based on their game tastes?
He would win.
Now
I'm scared of him. He's got secret magic.
I'm just saying that because the game that he made recently is more just trying to make a movie rather than make a video game.
Oh, you mean Death Stranding?
Mm-hmm. I forgot the name of it. I was gonna call it Dead Man Walking.
But that's like really mechanics driven. That's like you're doing way more.
When I saw of it, I didn't see it as like really a game. It didn't seem like it was a video game. Do you know that game? It's like a letter to Esther or something. It's like a walking sim. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. There's definitely way more mechanics than not Finding Esther. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that game's so weird. I'm glad that
the
trend
baby
didn't
in
take
a
off for too
fucking
long.
in like a fetus tube. Dear Esther, that was the name of the game that I was thinking of.
Dear Esther, yes, thank you.
Do you have
yeah, it's a lot of walking around listening to stuff.
But like, did you think that Shovel Knight was gonna blow up when you were working on it? Because I assume you were working on the game hoping that it would be a success. But did you think how far of a success it would be? Because you guys are in Smash. Like, you guys have a cameo in Smash. And an amiibo.
I know. That's crazy. Here, I have one.
That's he's pulling it from the top shelf. He's pulling it from the back of the mansion.
I have the Japanese release on the 3DS, the King package with an amiibo.
That's insane to think about, man.
It says in katakana, Shabaru Naito. But
that's really cute, actually.
Anyway, yeah, when we were first working on it back before the Kickstarter, we really had no idea. We were just like in Sean's sweaty apartment, like putting art together and seeing maybe it'll work. Like the trailer that we put out, I made part of it in Flash. In other words, like I animated dialogue because we didn't have a dialogue system. We like faked a bunch of screenshots. There's a bunch of like from the original trailer, there's like a Shovel Knight crawling up a ladder. There's nothing below the ladder or above the ladder. It's just like we just made that single screenshot. It was very scary for the 3DS, or sorry, for the Kickstarter, because we just had no idea. But I think once the Kickstarter released and we got attention, that was a lot of vindication and like knowing that we were probably going to do okay. But it got down to the wire, like I said, when we ran out of money and the game wasn't going to come out till like what we thought was March, and then turned out later to be June. We were just kind of riding on a hope and a prayer, and it was really fortunate because the way that most companies pay you is on either it's called a net 30 or net 90. It's basically like every 30 days or every 90 days, whatever it is, they collect all the receipts they owe you and they send you residuals.
Monthly, basically?
So Steam's at the time was 90 days. And so Shovel Knight came out on the 26th, and the cutoff for accounting was like the 29th or the 30th or something. And so those first few days, and it was enough money to keep us going, but those first few days just coming out that Tuesday instead of like that Friday or
so
whatever
you were broke
was,
for like
was enough to like give us the money to like take some money and like pay our parents off and like pay rent and like buy food that wasn't ramen.
What a fucking close shave for you guys.
It was crazy. The people at Jack in the Box knew me by name. I would come at like 2:30 a.m. from the office to my house and like the same order. Like I would order and then like, oh hey Woz, and I'm like, I have to not be here anymore.
Oh boy. That started happening to me in college when I was in art college, and the Firehouse Subs people were like starting to know me by name. Like, oh, you here for your same order, large Italian? I was like,
yeah, extra tomato, no onion.
Oh god, a large Italian, everything on it. You change up your order, and you're like, something new today, huh?
Like, on a side note, there's a coffee place across the street from the office, and I was going there kind of a lot, and then I started to get this weird inside joke with one of the girls because she'd make a latte and then like she put the foam thing on in there and it looks like a butt, and so she would always try to make the butt joke about the coffee, and I just like I couldn't handle trying to like for the 30th time like and
to be fair, you're a very giggly person. I feel I hear you laugh so much. That's good. That's a good thing. That's gonna like enhance your lifespan.
Stop going to the coffee shop. I had to stop because I couldn't handle it.
We can make a giggle counter for every time Nick laughs on stream, and it'd be great. No, that's a good thing. I hear that the more you laugh, the longer you live.
Oh, good. I'm gonna live for a long time.
Yeah, you're gonna be like Barbie.
Wait, how do you factor in cheeseburgers? Because I eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
Probably like -3 years every cheeseburger.
How many? Okay, so how many laughs equal one cheeseburger?
I'd say for is it? We're going like every like the Konami code where you go up and down with your laughter. Like is it every time you do the up and down? That's like a year added on.
Yeah. Every time the tone like vibrates. Yeah.
Up down up down.
We gotta get some scientists in here.
Don't laugh while eating a cheeseburger, get a choke. I actually did something very
you
similar.
Gotta prepare. You just do laughing for an hour beforehand, and then you can have like a double.
So while you're telling the story, I was thinking too, because this happened to me, and also I had another game dev on before you for a game called Smooshie Come Home. Really small, cute game, very inspired by like Zelda, Pikmin. Around 500 reviews now. It's one of the games that I was promoting a lot to a bunch of people that I know, which is fantastic because it's a very cute game. And
oh, it is cute.
It is. It's a wonderful game. The music that everyone in chat is listening to right now is actually music that was produced by the music producer or the music person in the game. Like I commissioned them after finding out the game, and I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Oh, that's awesome. They had a similar story where they were working on this game for years, and they just like didn't have any money. Like they gave up their job to focus on it, and it worked. It became a success, and it worked really well for them. And
that's really good. Yeah,
I hear that a lot from indie devs where they do the same thing. And then I did the same thing with VTubing right before I debuted my second model. Thank God.
You're so huge.
I had 20K in my bank.
You guys don't know. Like you guys had Joel brought the same energy that he does every day to like 30 people, and it was insane. The chat was like just as active and still just as in love with him, but in doing the art stuff, and like seeing you grow from just like a little
guy
artist boy to
man.
A VTuber man.
A VTuber man.
It's been crazy.
I'm very happy for the growth. It's been 8 years now of streaming, so it's been nice to start to like get a little bit more growth. Obviously, I'm never satisfied. I always want more, but like I'm always happy seeing it.
It's good to be driven. I think like one thing though to keep in mind, like I guess for people listening to this, is that like you only hear the stories of the people that succeeded. Right?
Yeah.
There's like 1,000 people that didn't do well.
That's why you should keep in mind with what I'm about to say, because before I debuted, I saved up 20K from all my streaming and my part-time job that I had before, and I literally, because my entire model, my debut, everything was $20,000. Like the model, the lore video, the alerts, the music, the background, everything was that much money. Wow. And it was a lot.
Wow.
Because it's a fuck ton. So what happened was I sat down with my mom and I was just like, hey, I'm going to spend a lot, like a stupid amount of money on something that might be one of the stupidest decisions of my life here. Just as a Hail Mary to try to get some viewers. So I was, I think, around 100 viewer average at the time, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like, it's obviously not making enough to survive rent wise or anything like that. So I spent all this money and I had to make the promise to my own mother that I was like, if this doesn't work out, I will quit. I will do it as a hobby and I will find a real job. So I spent all that money on a VTuber debut that I didn't even know if it was going to work out. And it did. It worked out. I went from 100 viewers to like maybe 400-ish and it was a big boost, and it helped me accomplish a lot more.
How long did that take, going from 100 to 4?
It was like overnight from a debut, because a debut brings in, my debut brought in like 2,000 people, Obviously, I don't keep those 2,000 people. It's like just one big event stream that happens. But after that, around, you know, we gained like extra 200, 300 viewers from that. So it went from 100 to like 400 in the span of just one debut. Well, that's how VTuber debuts work. Honestly, like obviously you're not going to keep the 2,000 viewers, but you get a lot more people to look at you. And from that exposure, you get like maybe 10% of those viewers back.
Sure. Yeah.
And because of that, I was able to go forward and grow and keep streaming. And it's been 2 years since that decision with the debut, maybe 2 to 3 years now.
So the debut, you hyped it up, obviously, and you brought a lot of attention to it as a big event. Did you have like other VTubers helping you out and like promoting
of course. I mean, it's a community thing. So people would like raid into you. And I knew a lot of people because I've been there for a very long time. So a lot of the people that were big were people that I was already friends with because I was there before them. So they would raid into me, they would support me and stuff like that. And it still does the same today. Like if I debut anything, I still have friends support because it's VTubing is a community thing. Like you can't just do it on your own. You gotta at least know some people to be friends with. Yeah, so it's wholesome in that way.
Did you like to debut the Pixel model too? Like does each new model get its own debut?
Here's the thing though. The Pixel debut was really scuffed because I had COVID, and it was also me coming back from having like a 5-day break, or like a 2-week break. So it didn't do as well because of how scuffed it was. Yeah, it was like 20 people. It was more than that, but it wasn't as much as other debuts that I've had before.
Yeah.
There's my model maker in the chat right now. Hi, Scuff Ward. You did a great job on the model.
Wow, yeah.
It was fun though. It was fun, even if I was. This is actually one of my favorite models to use on stream, just because of like, I missed having 3D hand tracking, dude. This is so fun. I love this. This is cool because it's actually like pretty well done when it wants to work. Sometimes it doesn't. But like just doing it, like look at you, Nick. Look at you. Look at you.
Are you holding like controllers, like the Switch?
Well, okay. I have 3 different hand tracking softwares. I'm only using one right now. It's called Leap Motion. It's just something that I click onto my shirt and then it tracks, hand tracks. I have another one that I'm going to use in the future called Sony Makopi, which is just like one tracker that I put on my wrists and hands, but it's full body. It's full body.
Oh, okay. So you can twerk and stuff.
And I'm also getting sponsored by them, so I can't say anything bad. But it's going to be great.
That'd be good.
You're fine. I'm really excited for that because then I can have full body tracking, which is great.
That's awesome. Yeah, we had a contract we did that we were not allowed to say anything bad about the company, but the company makes a game.
It was Barbie.
I really don't like. It wasn't Barbie. It was I shouldn't say.
But, you shouldn't. Don't say it. That's like an NDA
thing. They had a non-disparaging clause.
Oh God, I've never had that, thankfully, with the sponsors so far. I just choose not to say anything bad. But most of the sponsors I take are stuff that I already like. It's useful. Yeah. I will say, I mean, one of the stupidest sponsors I've ever gotten in my life was a sponsor for popcorn that they didn't go through with. They made really good flavored popcorn, but I sent them an email back. This is before I had a manager, so before my manager was able to do anything about it. I was like, you know, I'm a VTuber, right? How the fuck am I gonna how am I gonna show the popcorn on stream, bro? Like they already sent me the samples and it was a delicious popcorn, but I was like, what am I what do you want me to do? You want me to pretend that I'm eating with my hands? Like, oh yeah, I love this popcorn.
That's what
bro.
They wanted, yeah. They want. I mean,
no, apparently they didn't want it because they didn't know I was a VTuber, so they just like canceled the sponsor.
I can't believe they didn't know you were a VTuber.
They were just sending out emails to people.
They don't know what your real face looks like. Like the world doesn't, right? Like, has there ever been a face reveal?
No, I mean I go to conventions sometimes, so some fans see me there, but like other than that, no.
No, it's like there's no way they would have like confused it, you know.
Now I do hand cam streams, so I can do stuff like that.
Oh,
I'd love to see this chat. I love Shovel Knight. Yay! Well, you know, it's too bad. I wish we had someone related to Shovel Knight on the stream. We have Nick. He worked on Barbie. Great game. Highly recommend that one.
Yeah.
What a stupid stream. This is so fun. You know what it is?
Philippa.
It's you giggling. It makes everything way more funnier. I can say any
don't
joke
know how
and
to
hearing
not
you do
giggle.
that.
I watch other interviews with people and look so professional and put together, and then I watch interviews with myself and I cringe and die inside.
Chad, I don't know if you know this. There's this IGN channel that does like devs react to speedruns, and Nick was on one, and I was watching it. And he's like laughing the entire time.
No. I don't know how to be normal.
No, it's good. It's good. It's very wholesome. It's very wholesome. It proves that you're a wholesome person hearing you giggle every 5 seconds. It gives me an ego boost because it makes me sound like I'm funnier.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That's good. Anyway.
I was gonna say my joke, but you already heard my joke the other day when I was in your stream.
What was the joke? Say it again.
What does one Joel say to another Joel?
You said that like 20 minutes before we started. You didn't say that in my stream earlier. You said it like within the past hour. Okay, wait. Do you want to hear one of my favorite? All
right. Give me your favorite dad joke that you have.
So it's actually a knock knock joke. So
okay.
knock knock.
Who's there?
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, knock knock.
Who's there?
To
who?
It's to whom? And you're gonna be like really condescending when you make the face.
You're so stupid. I thought you were gonna say to you.
No, it's a grammar joke. Surprise.
Okay, I have a question for you. I have a question on the comedy here. Do you think D's nuts jokes are just like a younger version of a dad joke?
I mean, yeah.
Because it's literally just kind of a shitty pun, right? A lot of the time.
Yeah. Well, it's a trick. And that's I think the trick is the core of what a dad joke really is. It's a pun that like you didn't expect coming that really catches you off guard.
Yes.
Like a clever dad joke is just like a funny joke. But like a really like a clever
an elaborate
dad joke
D's nuts joke, you know, like it's just people, there's a lot of setup to it, and then sometimes the payoff just takes way too long, but it makes it funnier because it's so desperate to try to get it done.
Yes, the desperation is also part of it, I think. Yeah.
God,
yeah,
I can't believe it. Do you think when you became a dad, you wanted to fill that role of like, let me be the dumbass, let me get the dad jokes ready?
Yes and no. I think that my dad wasn't very jokery, but when he did joke, it was very, very funny and very off the wall and crazy. So, I didn't have that like legacy of dad jokingness when I became a father.
Yeah, what were the dad stats you spec'd into?
He spec'd into sternness and like a little bit of
charisma. Yeah,
just a little bit of charisma. Yeah. No, my dad was cool.
Plus 10 strength, plus 3 charisma, but it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, definitely. The role of making your children die inside. Yeah, no, they deserve it though.
I love the idea of dads making stat sheets for themselves. Like, what are your stats?
Yeah. My subclass is sandals dad.
My skill is vicious mockery. It's my favorite. I use it all the time. Works very well to keep the kids in line. Yeah.
Showman's boss. Yeah. Heavily split into beer drinking and scotch appreciation.
Oh my god, one of my favorite video series that I've been watching recently is like divorced dad, or like not divorced dad, what is it? It's like dad card game, and the cards are all like things that are related to dad, like loading up the gas at a gas station. Just a lot of like stupid like
being
cigarettes.
In charge of the grill.
Yeah, being in charge. Yeah. The grill master, the card, the holographic grill master card. Alimony,
That's awesome.
My favorite.
Oh god, yeah.
It's
it gets a little real.
It's so funny. God, I love that. I love that so much. But I want to go back to different game talk, because obviously that's one of, that's your job. Is there a game that you want to make, like a genre of game that you're really interested in making that you wouldn't particularly, be known for making?
Sure. Yeah, I would love to make an RPG.
Really? After all the talk about shitting on stories?
Yes, because I
want to make an RPG.
What's cool. Yeah, okay, but here's why. Because I think that there is a lot of things that can be done in that space, specifically doing what I was talking about, which is marrying gameplay concepts to narrative devices. So in other words, like
example, Dark Souls with their respawn mechanic that's built into the story.
Sure. Yes, that's a great example. Yes, but I think like more like the minute to minute. I think like what I like about games that do this well is that you feel like you are that kind of thing. Like if you are, think of a tactics game, right? Okay. If you have guys that have a shield, they block a lot. That's great. That's a stat thing. But if they could block the blocks next to them, and then archers would have to get behind that, you would be strategizing and positioning your characters in a way that's not just like technically stat better. You're like thinking of the terrain. The character actually feels like
in turn-based combat, blockade. Like the blocker would be in the front, and then anything that came by. But if you had the archer in front of the blocker, the archer would get hit first.
Get hosed. Yeah. So I think like that kind of thing is like, that's a very specific thing. But like having the gameplay really reinforce what's happening is really good. Another example I think is when in the original Final Fantasy VII, I had played that game. That was my first game with numbers that appeared when you attacked things, and so the first half of that game, or the first portion of that game, you're in Midgar and you're attacking the robots and police and monsters and stuff, and you walk out of there doing like 800 damage, and you feel like a god because you can do 800 damage, right?
Damage numbers
and
feel
then
good.
Not too long later, you find you have a cutscene where you go back in time and you are a level 1 character, which makes you feel weak and stupid and awful, and you're journeying with a level 50 character who's the bad guy and he's like terrifyingly strong, and you fight this giant snake that has just one shot your party in the past, and when you're in the present time, and you go into this battle and like the snake will kill you and you can't do anything, but then Sephiroth, he's
scripted
the guy,
death kind of,
he hits it in like one hit and he does 3. It's not scripted, that's why it's great. He hits it for like 3,500 damage, and like when I saw that number the first time, it was like, oh my god, this guy is so strong and so crazy. And they did that with the gameplay mechanics. They did that with the damage numbers.
So it's like, you know what? That another thing that reminded me of. I'm going more in the respawn way, but like what you said, that's also a very creative way to get like, the viewer, the player, to understand what a boss is or like how powerful somebody is.
Definitely.
One of them is also with God of War, which I know this is kind of a meme at this point. It's very popular. But in a boss fight against Thor in God of War, Kratos gets killed. And you could think of it like a scripted death or something like that. If it wasn't scripted, it'd be better. If you just died, it would be way cooler. Yeah. But he kills you in a QTE section that fools you into thinking that you failed it. And then when you're in the loading screen, he's like, oh, I'm not done with you yet. And then he revives you, and then you're back into the fight, which I thought was a very, very clever way of disguising something, because they put you in the loading screen, and then he talks. And I love that. I love that.
They surprise you, and they like the barrier of life and death is suddenly like, because at that point you're thinking of like, as the player, you die and then you're revived. But when he breaks that barrier, it's like it feels like that barrier is actually shattered, as opposed to just like a story.
That's a good point.
I mean?
Somebody in the chat mentioned Metal Gear Solid. They did the exact same thing with some of the, but that one's a lot more wacky and crazy. Nick, this is an awkward time for your fucking camera to pause. Nick! He's dead! He's fucking dead! Nick! No! Come back! Oh god. The void took him, chat. The void took him. He's gone. That sneeze exploded him. He sneezed and he just disappeared into nothingness. Holy fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first on Porcelain Parlor. nickWOZ has been deleted from existence. I don't know what's going to happen now, but we're just going to have to hope for the best. Chat, you got to respawn? Anyone got to respawn? Anyone got a revive scroll in the chat? Anyone? I need a revive scroll. Anyone got a revive scroll on you? I'll pay you like $5 for 5 gold. 5 gold. I need at least 1 revivify. 1. Anyone? Please stand if you have a revivify. Anyone? Come on, we can't leave him in his coffin. He's not that old. My mimic ate my revivify scrolls, sorry. Anyone? Is there a cleric in the house? Is there a cleric in the house? I'm a level 5 cleric. Okay, do you know the spell revivify? Can you revive him? What do you mean you're a sorcerer? Do you know necromancy? Ah, fuck. Anyone? Any other clerics in the chat? No, I don't need an artificer. Shut the fuck. Shove the diamond up your ass. Shut up. Is there at least a necromancer? We'll take necromancy. No? I specialize in necromancy. Okay, roll the dice. See if we get a 20. Oh. Nick, I see you again. You're back. I don't hear you, but I see you. Nick, speak. Speak. Chat, revivify worked. Who rolled the nat 20? Nick, you're not in the call. You're on the screen, but you're not in the call, Nick. You have to join Discord. I can see you giggling, man. All right, do charades. Nick, what is 2 plus 2? Show us with your fingers. 4. 4. 2 plus 2, Nick. All right, who revived him? You fucked up. Which one of you revived him? You messed him up. Now he doesn't understand basic math. Which one? Huh? Which one of you fake clerics revived him? Come on, man. What did you say? You're level 5? Do we have a level 20 cleric in the house? We need somebody to help out. They botched the revivify spell, and now he doesn't know how to talk. Yeah. Are you calling me on your phone?
I'm calling you on my phone, yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. My phone or my internet just like died. And Discord will not respawn.
Restart your Discord using Task Manager.
Yeah. I mean, I did already. I'll do it again.
See, chat, this is what happens when you botch a fucking revivify spell.
I've never, like, my internet does not die during the day. This is really, really bizarre.
Yeah? Your provider just shit the bed?
I don't know. I just, like, stopped.
Discord is against black magic. We were not practicing anything. It was white magic. Or what's the word for good magic?
Just magic.
If I like black and white, it seems kind of motivated here, and I don't want to bring that up. I'm just putting it out there.
Why the heck is it not starting?
There was somebody in the chat that said Joel hasn't suffered any scuff yet, and then they were waiting for it. So what the fuck is going on there? One of you jinxed it.
Chatter.
Who was it? Was it you, X? You jinxed it. See what you did? You mentioned the word scuff, and this is what happens.
Oh my god.
It's okay. While you're here, if you want to show us some art, I can post some art. I can show off some of the portfolio art that Nick has.
You can go to my Instagram.
I don't have an Instagram, Nick, and Instagram doesn't let you look at it unless you have an account.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Do you know about that? Instagram does not let you look at Instagram if you don't have an account.
That's so stupid. I guess you can go to my print store.
Print store?
I know.
Wait. Oh, wait, no. Instagram is working. I can see stuff on Instagram. You have 17 posts. Nick, what do you mean, look at my Instagram? You have 17 posts, Nick.
all the art that I've posted.
You have literally like years of work.
I know.
And you only posted 17 fucking times?
I know. That's why you guys gotta go to my stream and you can watch me do art live.
You don't post it anywhere.
I gotta do it. I know. I'm the worst person in the world.
I can't believe it. Yeah, I would call you the worst person in the world.
Worse than Hitler.
No. Can I click on these, or is it gonna get mad at me?
No, go for it. I don't know.
Ooh. God damn it! Instagram fucking sucks, dude. What a shitty website.
All right, I need to restart my computer, but I'm still on my phone, so...
Go ahead. We can wait. I'll talk to chat.
No, I'm still here. You just can't see me anymore, probably.
That's fine. I'll just, I'll work with... He just fucking disappears. He just fucking disappears. Why is that so funny to me? My comedy is slowly degenerated because I started watching TikTok. Because after I started posting on TikTok, I was like, I'm never gonna watch TikTok, and then I started using it. And I feel like my comedy has just been shit. Why would I have Instagram? I already have Twitter. Twitter is just a better Instagram.
You have ages 18 to 40. Everybody above like 25 is on Instagram.
Yeah, but they're also on Twitter, so they can get mad about stuff.
Well, that's true.
Chad, I want to show you Nick's art, but he doesn't post it anywhere.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
He has a Twitter for nothing.
I do.
He just doesn't. You know what I can show you, chat? Here, Nick, talk in the chat. I can show you guys the cute little stream avatars thing that he has.
That's so lame, though.
No, it's cute. It'll show off all the work that you've put in. Because where else am I gonna show?
Where it could go. I think actually the print store would be a good idea because it has the art. Because it's the stuff that
send it to me. Let me show you.
Okay.
That's what this is.
Up again.
Yeah, let me pull up a Let's Play of Shovel Knight. I feel like that's a couple of years of work for him. Good night, Take. Thank you for coming by. We're using Speak to the Dead right now, yeah. That's the spell that's been going through right now.
Okay, here's...
I feel like everyone should already be aware of Shovel. If you don't know what Shovel Knight is, go look up Shovel Knight. That's also all Nick's art.
Old game.
It's still... It's not a dead game. I still plan to play it on stream at some point. It's on my list.
Okay, do it, yeah. If you need a code, let me know.
Imprint! Okay, there we go. Now I can actually show stuff. No imprint. I don't want 10% off. There we go. Now I can click on stuff. Look at that! Why can't I zoom in? God damn it, imprint!
Are you kidding me?
It's okay. It's pixel art. It's not like it'll get super blurry.
I see my cam again.
Are you? Yeah. You slowly coming back?
I sent you a new link.
Wait. I'm also hold on. I gotta show your art. Look at that, Chad. This is so cool. I didn't know you liked Gundams.
Oh, I love Gundams. You kidding me?
Mecha. Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, all that.
Peak anime.
I used to like watching. I actually liked it. It was Gundam Wing, one of my favorites.
Ah, yes. I also love political anime. Wait, this mushroom from the Fungal Witch poster is reminds me of the this mushroom lady named Elizabeth from Dark Souls.
Oh, it's supposed to be a Dark Souls enemy. That's a grub of the Moonlight Butterfly.
It is.
Staff.
Oh, I didn't realize that was.
To be like,
fuck
it's not supposed to be that character. It's supposed to have its own my own take on a boss from Dark Souls.
I love that. That's so cute. All right, let me put you in again.
Okay.
You had to make a new one. Chat, I'm bringing it back.
Sorry.
Look, you're not on your phone anymore. I can hear you better.
I know. It's so awful. I have no idea why. Like, I could hear you yelling my name.
Did you hear me with the Revivify scroll?
Bring it
back!
I didn't hear that part. Yeah, you were very aggressively upset. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We were just trying to revive you again, you know? It was important to me. There you are. Look at you.
Okay.
Look at you. He's back.
I can make it look better too. Here, I'll up the video settings so that it's
HD. Look at him go. Oh my god. Yeah,
There we
what
go.
toxic fandom is Nick secretly a part of? He told you already. Shovel Knight or Hollow Knight.
I guess that would be my most toxic fandom. I'm not a toxic individual though.
I can tell by your giggling. Can you imagine Nick being mean to somebody and then just giggling like that afterwards?
I do laugh when I'm angry.
Do you? That
Yes,
seems very
it's really
intimidating, actually.
It's not healthy.
It definitely it doesn't sound healthy. Like your kids break a like a plate and then you're like angry, but you're laughing at the same time, so they're just confused on how to feel.
Well, I mean they know, but it's mostly like when I'm in chat and someone's like pissing me off. I don't get angry very often, but if someone's like really making me upset, I'll start like telling them to stop and laugh at the same time. It's weird.
Jesus Christ. I'm laughing because you don't know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Do you have a game that you're like it's kind of like a guilty pleasure, or do you think all games you're just openly happy about?
I feel guilty that I like played through Vampire Survivors so much.
No, it's a great game. It's a great game.
And
I was almost game of the year, wasn't it?
Oh god.
It won a lot of awards because it was a one guy game, but it was so addicting that so many people played it.
It's like hooray for digital drugs. It's the dopamine cycle.
That game saves me whenever I'm on a plane trip and I just play it on my phone.
No, you almost said pooping.
That's it.
And yeah, I don't know. I think I definitely waste my time with games too much. I like to get everything in a game, and so I'll just like play it for too long. And so if I get into a game, I will like really complete it. Like Slashers Keep, this game I told you before. I'm like, I want to play all the characters, and I want to like get through a deathless run, and I want to do all that. And
I
it's,
do
like,
the same
really
thing.
Insane.
That's why some game like Elden Ring was such a pain for me, because that lasted 200 hours, and that was I think 30 to 40 streams of my life. It was getting so bad.
You just feel like you're always on a sidetrack.
It was so bad because I started off amazing. Everyone was there to watch me, and then slowly, every month that it kept going on, I lost like 100 viewers. So let's say I went from like 800 viewers, and then by the end of Elden Ring, I was at like 400 people watching me, just being like, all right, this guy, you just need to finish it, Joel. You can't keep doing every side quest.
That happened to me recently when I used to more often stream at Yacht Club's channel and playing games, and I was playing Dave the Diver. And
I
Dave
am
the
about
Diver,
to try to finish it too, because I did the same thing that you did probably. Go ahead.
it's so long. It's so unbelievably long.
You know, you can finish it way faster if you just pay attention to the story, because I never did the story quests. I just wanted to make money and upgrade everything. So I
didn't do that.
I didn't do the story quests at all.
I think the trick is to not fish some days, but I fish every day, and so everything just takes so long. That game drives me nuts, and the combat is so wacky and weird and not fun.
It's fun. What?
But I want to like unlock
love it.
all the fish. You're way too slow for what they ask you to do. The boss fights are just
it is
so
kind of a
annoying.
slog during the boss fights when you can't get out of the way and you just get fucked by like a lot of the bosses. I'm not gonna say it because Dave the Diver is a wonderful game. You should all play it. But it was such a problem with some of the boss fights. But the day-to-day and the vibes of the game were so immaculate that I could not stop playing it.
Yeah, all the like when you
story's
upgrade your
fun,
fish,
cutscenes
and, like,
cute.
He like does the Naruto slashes to the whole restaurant at the same time.
And
So
then
good.
it's a wonderful game, and you can tell the passion behind it. I enjoy the gameplay because I was addicted to just like going in, getting as much fish as I could to make as much, because I just wanted to maximize profits in the game, and that's what kept me there for so long. And then it started pushing me to do the story, because I was like, okay, I'm never gonna finish this game if I don't do the story. And the only part of the story I like is everything that isn't related to the like underwater people. I do not like the sea people storyline. I like the storyline with the sushi restaurant. The restaurant is fun. I don't like the underwater people.
That doesn't go away.
Yeah, I know, it's like the main thing.
Yeah, I think like what I was really surprised by is how many side games there are. There's always a new mini game. There's like every single
There's a lot.
time I play it. There's like a weird visual novel thing at the end of chapter 1. There's a cooking mini game, and there's like a different cooking mini game, and then there's like a drilling into this ice mini game and a welding mini game, and
No spoilers,
there's a racing
Nick.
mini game.
I gotta get into it
all
still.
in the first like 2 or 3 chapters. It's so ridiculous.
My favorite part is the management sim. I think that's my favorite part, where you're just managing people.
Yeah, that could be better. Like I like that. But,
Well, there is so much to the game, so they didn't like specialize in one thing.
Yeah, and I think that's like why I wish it was like, I wish they had focused a lot more and made the game 20 hours shorter. You know,
I do need to finish it because I want to play other games. Because I on my to-do list right now, I need to finish Dave the Diver. I need to finish Potionomics. I need to finish. I want to play Potion Craft again too. I love those games.
I'll play those.
All the potion making games I really like. I don't know. There's something about being an alchemist that I'm really enjoying.
Okay, cool.
Shut up, Ollie! Sorry, my editor's being a piece of shit. He's making a stupid joke about an egg. He does this every stream. He's like, here's $1. Let me make the same joke. And I don't know why he does it. It's not even funny. It's not even a dad joke. I don't know why he's like this. Think of the subs too. What does one egg say to another egg?
You want to hear a yolk?
It's just a shittier version of my joke.
I would say they're both equally shitty.
No, mine is better. Mine made you laugh. Did the egg one make you laugh? You didn't laugh. I didn't hear a giggle.
Because it was the same joke.
No, you didn't hear. I didn't hear a giggle from you, but you giggled at joke. Way better. The joke one is way funnier. You know what? We can talk about Spirit Tea if you're comfortable with it, because Spirit Tea is a game that came out. I don't know if you know about this.
No, I heard about it. I haven't played it, but I heard about the.
So the game seems lovely.
Backlash.
It seems like it's a very lovely game made by, I think, only 2 developers that seem like nice people. Everything I hear about from them is nice. The publisher made a very weird comment. Thank you for all the subs, by the way, guys. So to give you guys an idea, chat, I know the guy who made Idol Slayer, who made a collab with Shovel Knight like not too long ago. Idol Slayer.
What? Who? Wait. You know the guy that made Idol Slayer?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a mobile game. I was playing that in anticipation of the collab event. That
apparently my editor knows them.
Yesterday. You know that guy? There's like one guy.
Apparently.
His name is he's on the title. His name is Pablo Leban.
I think so. I think Ollie told me about this before. Well, okay.
That's so cool.
So the story about Spirit Tea, chat, it's like the Spirited Away kind of vibed game, like a Studio Ghibli game. And it seems really cute. It's got Stardew Valley vibes, which is basically its own fucking genre at this point because of how popular it is and how people use it as a descriptor.
Yeah.
But what happened was the publisher made a comment about how they got no coverage, and then they showed a picture of them literally getting coverage. But it's because they were smaller YouTubers, like 40K views or something like that, that they were just being... It just seemed very disrespectful, so a lot of people just kind of got sick of it.
Yeah, so I read through that thread, and there was probably like 8 posts or 8 tweets, as you boomers would say, where they're breaking down the sales, and they're doing sort of a post-mortem of the game, right? Yeah. Where it's like, we had this many sales, we had this much development time, all that, et cetera, et cetera. And buried in there was, he was expressing dissatisfaction with the coverage. Yeah. And specifically calling out like, so here's and I know where this is coming from, and I definitely agree that like what he did was a little bit distasteful. It's so what happens,
a human to think like that. It's just like you got to be respectful to people.
No, totally. And I think what's happens is that when you release a game, you get like 9,000 emails from people saying, "Hey, cool game, send me a free code." And this happens on an hourly basis, especially during release. You get like, there was that tweet about payment too, and like how they wanted cover. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you explain because you probably have better reasoning for it. That's fine. And usually the understanding is that like you give the game to somebody and then they'll cover it. But I think because Twitch stuff and has become more popular and like the landscape is evolving, a lot more times people who play the game are being paid for it, and that's not a thing that's been traditionally around. And so like I think what he is reacting to is the deluge of emails that he's getting that say, hey, you give us a code, and I'm sure he gave out 10,000 codes or whatever.
Yeah.
And the new phenomenon of being asked to be paid to play your game, which it makes sense because it's advertising. And so he's reacting to that. Now, not defending it, just adding some context.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because I think that like that reaction feels very normal of like, hey, this system sucks, and like it's very like I can't. You give out codes assuming they're going to make content, but if they don't, then like what do? You can't. There's like no repercussions. It's just it's a weird transitive system where we need to be moving into more of a formal one or less formal.
It's because it's new, so it's a little bit more confusing for people that aren't used to it.
It's changing all the time.
And I don't think they meant harm by it, but I do think it was it just came off as very disrespectful to content creators, since like they deserve to get paid, obviously, and coverage.
Absolutely,
and they still got game coverage, so saying there was no coverage was all it just came off as really bad.
Like, yes, definitely. He wanted big, giant, 10,000 person stream coverage, which is like, you don't do that anymore. You pay for that kind of thing nowadays.
Thank you for the bits, guys, and Alucard. Thank you for the raid. Go on, Nick.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to get, somebody like Porcelainmaid just playing a game for free. You got to like earn it.
Trust me, if it gets on the potluck, it might be.
But yeah, I feel bad for the Spirit Tea guys, because in my view, that's like, it's a wrong sentiment, but it's not evil. It's not like. And
they're getting a lot of, backlash
all the attraction
for it.
about it. Yeah, is backlash and negative press, and the devs like the dev, even though they're
the dev wasn't even the one who said it.
Like,
yeah,
they didn't say it. Like, God, like yeah.
Besides, I can understand where the dev was thinking, where they liked the tweets just because like maybe they were just looking at the tweets. I mean, they didn't respond to it, so they just kind of, your publisher tweets about your game, and even from the first few tweets of it, the Porce modem, it's just stats, so obviously they would like it.
Exactly.
And by the end of the thread, maybe they aren't even paying attention to what he says, or they're not even thinking about what they say, because honestly, a lot of the time you can like a friend's tweet and not even think about what they're actually saying, like think deeply on it.
The context, the expanded understanding of it is like not totally open to you. If it's like, oh, I never thought about that, there's no room in Twitter to be like, oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
there's no like, you can't like walk anything back.
It's more outrage than anything, and then that's just how it is.
Ton of outrage. Yeah,
but the game seems cute. Still.
Yeah,
I'm kind of sick of Stardew Valley-ish games, just because it's a lot to put time into. I tried to play Stardew Valley. I did it for a while, and then my goal was just to get married, and I got married, and then I was all right. I'm done. I married the mod character that I liked.
Those games will last forever. You can't there's like, it's hard to find a stopping point in games.
It is,
but yeah, especially like that.
Nuance and Twitter impossible. But yeah, is there a game that like got you into game dev before you went into this?
Yeah, I guess I played. I played a lot of games. Yeah, no, I played a lot of games when I was growing up. I think the kind of games that I liked were more 2D platformy games. I thought that was like what a game should be, like a Mario or a Metroid. I played a lot of Zelda, so like those kind of games were the kinds of things that I was drawn to and wanted to make when I first started. So Ultramotion Fitness was a clear
the greatest game of our generation is Ultramotion Fitness. Jesus Christ.
No. When I was finally able to work on a 2D game, it was amazing. The one that I think about a lot was Thor: God of Thunder, which was basically like it's a DS game where you're using both screens on top of each other, and the character can go between the screens, and he has sort of like Smash Bros moves where if you hold forward and attack, it's different than if you hit like down versus attack. So it was really cool, and that's still one of my favorite games that I worked on, even though the game is it's okay. There's some problems with it for sure, but like the memories and the development of it were really, really, really great. It's also where I learned pixel art. I was working with we'd get art from there's a person named Hank Nyborg, who's been around forever. He's like the best tile set background art developer,
Yeah.
artist, and we would take art from him, and it was missing pieces. Like, you know, you need to have like collision that did, you know, did this, and we would only have the collision that did this. And so like I would create the little joining pieces, and that's like how I learned pixel art. And so that, like, when I was working on that game, I felt like I was like, yeah, I'm doing game dev, you know, none of this the weirdo Barbie stuff where I was just doing like palette
Weirdo!
management.
How dare you? I'll have you know, Barbie and the Three Musketeers was my favorite video game.
Yeah. What's the main character's name?
Barbie.
It's not Barbie.
What do you mean it's not Barbie? It's a Barbie game.
It's not her. She's playing a character named like Serena or something.
But she's the Barbie.
I know, it's
She
really
is
confusing.
the Barbie, though.
The Barbie. Yes.
Barbie is a title, is what I'm learning. Barbie is not a name.
Yeah, it's passed down. It's like Batman.
All right, hold on. We got stupid motherfuckers in the chat. Hey, dumbasses! Keys, pay attention. We're talking about games. It's cool. Sometimes, dude. Sometimes they like.
Yeah.
Listen.
Corin.
I love my chat,
Her name is Corin.
but sometimes they just. I gotta get them to like. I gotta vice grip them because some of them. A lot of the people will listen and lurk. And sometimes I just gotta vice grip them to make sure they're paying attention. Thank you for the raid, Durasuit. Big love. Welcome on in, Raiders. We're hanging out with the amazing game developer and artist for the Smurfs game. Smurfs the movie 2, the video game. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
And Shovel Knight, I guess. You know, we could say that.
Yeah, I mean.
So Nick, I have a question for you. Another one, obviously.
Yeah,
What big surprise. When is the Shovel Knight dating sim coming out?
Dude, I know.
So when are you guys gonna make that? What do you mean nobody wants that?
Come
I'll
on,
have
that's
you know,
such a joke. Nobody buys. Nobody buys.
You would be surprised. You would be surprised. Remember the Dead by Daylight dating sim? The KFC dating sim?
No.
Dating sims at this point are such a like they're a joke. They're just a meme.
They're just a really expensive meme that you put on Twitter.
Buy memes.
They're not real. No.
People buy memes.
I don't think any dating sim.
The knights are so attractive. I agree. See, thank you, Anna. The knights and Shovel Knight are so. You know, I'm gonna pull them up right now. Hold on. Shovel.
I want to see sales.
Shield Knight. Okay. She may be married, but you know, maybe make Shovel Knight the protagonist. I'm down for it.
Shield Knight is actually, and Shovel Knight, they're not dating. They're just. We don't make that explicit. So maybe they could date.
What do you mean?
Well, we wanted it to be like
they're like a couple.
If you're playing, no, they're not. So they are implied to be close. That's the most, because we want it to be like if you're playing with your sister.
Don't do this to me.
It's not weird. You can imagine it as a dating thing. You can imagine it as their brother and sister. You can imagine it as their good friends. Because we wanted it to be like,
no,
if you're
not with the
playing
tension between Shovel Knight and the Black Knight, where they're where he's like, you should be there for her. Not with that tension.
They're good friends. Yeah, they're close. I mean, they could be like siblings, right?
You're literally the people that like sees like two dead bodies cradling each other and they were friends, said the historians.
No.
And they were just friends.
No,
you're kidding
it's not
me.
That. The intention, I'm telling you, from the intention from the beginning, because we wanted brothers and sisters to play and not feel weirded out. Honestly, that was it. We
okay, then make the dating sim.
Your
then
brother's
Nick.
playing with your sister,
then
and
make
the
the
sister
dating
is
sim if they're not married.
Your Shield Knight.
Let me get with Shield Knight.
I mean, if you just want to, sleep with all the knights,
I want her to protect me.
Art for you,
King Knight. Don't get me started on the big motherfucker with the trove, the trouble. Oh my God, I love him. Polar Knight.
His hands are big.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that's attracted to Propeller Knight. God forbid, no.
Propeller Knight? Everybody loves Propeller Knight. He's so suave.
Nah, Spectre Knight's more suave than Propeller Knight.
Spectre Knight? He's such a edgy.
Who got their own game?
I'm learning.
Who got their own
I'm
game?
learning
Spectre
more about
Knight or
your
Propeller
tastes.
Knight?
And you're like, oh, I'm very much into the edgy emo boy.
No, I like King Knight too because he's silly and pathetic.
He's a Cartman.
I love that. I love that about him. There's something that's really funny about that. Nah, Polar Knight's my favorite. I love Polar Knight the most out of all of them.
Yeah, I like him. He's actually, so he has a mole on his face.
Wait, here, I'll show chat.
because of me. When I first made the sprite, so the way we do this is we make concept art, and then we make a sprite, and then we make the illustration. And Polar Knight started as a very basic concept that was just like a Viking guy, and I made him like a big chunky guy, and I made his face covered in shadow, and there's a little pixel that's supposed to be this part. This is called a nasolabial fold. Ooh. It's a little crease next to your nose. But the illustrator thought I was putting in this mole that's on my face because she thought I was trying to make.
Are you Polar Knight?
My self-insert. And so he has a mole on his face because of that misunderstanding. But I've kind of adopted it. So yeah, I am Polar Knight. Yeah.
I think this is fan art. I don't know if this is official.
No, that's official. That's a combination of official.
Did you make this?
What am I looking at?
Art. I don't know.
I didn't make this, but this is based on our art.
Here's like actual your art. This is your art. These are your sprites. Is this like fan made?
I don't know. Those are my sprites. Yeah. Those
and then
are the
this
ones that
is
were on
I think this is fan art. Yeah, this is by
if you just do the
Zero
cover,
Iron Zoz on Twitter.
Okay.
But look at Polar Knight.
How cool he is.
I love Polar Knight. See, I can see people being really into Polar Knight, King Knight, and like Spectre Knight, and maybe a couple of people for Mole Knight and like
what you are into.
You were just
self-reporting.
I am the voice of the people.
Like so obvious, right?
I'm the voice of the people, and we want a dating sim. We want a dating sim. Can you imagine if we gender bent King Knight into Queen Knight, and it's just like a girl flop?
Do you know about body swap?
No, what?
It's real. We did that.
You guys did? Wait, is this like fan art? Like you guys did body swap art of the characters?
In the game. In the game, you can choose the physical form, the sex of the character, and their expressed gender as their and their he, she, yeah, their pronouns.
Have I not?
It's real.
Seen
it's
these?
in the game. Play the game.
Shovel Knight.
Damn it!
I played it a long time ago, but I'm waiting. I want to wait so I can play it on stream and show it to a bunch of people.
Yeah, play or just look up like
Shovel Knight gender swap,
body swap.
Body swap.
Yeah, and you can randomize it. You can make all the, and you can be envy.
I love Queen. Hold on a minute.
My favorite.
Hold on a minute. This is the sprite and a mix of fan art at the same time.
Female body of Mole Knight, the best.
Wait, so this is? I think I just saw.
Is there envy? Yeah. Yeah, the pronouns you can change them from male to female to neutral.
So there's Nick's sprite, and then there's fan art of it. I love this. Wait, Shield Knight is a man.
No, that's not fan art. That's official.
This is official.
That's official art. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on a minute. Propeller. Why is Propeller Knight like gorgeous as a woman? What the fuck?
Because so the way we did this is if you imagine the gender of the character as their expression as a spectrum, right, with the middle being neutral and the left, like if they're most of them are masculine, right? The most masculine character flips over to becoming the most feminine character, and the least masculine is flipping over to be the least feminine. And so characters like King Knight have a very clear opposite as Queen Knight. Propeller Knight is like a suave debonair, like ladies man, sexy dude, becomes the same thing but female.
Yeah.
Right. Tinker Knight is like, more or less androgynous.
Black Knight is the same.
It's like very similar. Yeah. And Black Knight, yeah, it's like you're not really sure what the gender is.
I can see Shovel Knight
like,
because Shovel Knight got hips now. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember those old timey cartoons where they would to show gender on something they just had a bow?
Yeah, these were hard to design because we didn't want them to feel like they were exploitative.
It's kind of androgynous, so it's nice.
Sexualizing, yeah. And so Shovel Knight's like a little bit masculine, and then his female form is a little bit feminine.
Propeller Knight's so suave. Oh my God.
She's got the corset thing going on.
And you're saying you couldn't make a dating game out of this? You're ridiculous.
I'm saying I don't think dating sims really sell that well. It would be like a lot of effort.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm looking up the dating. You can release it as an April Fool's thing. I'm looking up the fucking dating sim for Dead by Daylight right now.
All right.
What was it called, chat? Hooked on You?
Hooked on You, God.
Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim.
That's so gross.
5,000
Like,
5,000 reviews. So if
5,000 what?
5,000 positive reviews, very positive reviews.
Okay.
And if we're going by downloads, based on 5,000 reviews, I would say that's like what, like maybe 40, 50,000 downloads, because not a lot of people review games.
You're right. And Treasure Trove has 12,000 reviews.
See,
so it's half as much as Treasure Trove. That would be a really good seller.
I'm telling you, it's not a bad idea. You got to think about this seriously.
Okay, but look at the dating sim genre. Okay, look at more than just like the standouts, right? You got to look at the average, because like as much as like we love Shovel Knight, like not everybody loves Shovel Knight.
I love Shovel Knight. I do, Nick. I love Shovel Knight.
All right, let's see. User reviews. The highest. Oh, this is like all porn games.
Sci-Fi, would you want a Shovel Knight dating sim? Yes or no? Right now. You specifically
that's the wrong question
in the chat.
Wait, listen. This is the real question to ask.
Okay.
Would you rather have a Shovel Knight dating sim, or would you rather have a full-fledged sequel? Because we can't do both.
You can't say that. You can't say
like
that. That's cheating.
Well, that's what this is why it's like I would love to do a dating sim, but it's an opportunity cost. If I work on the dating sim, I can't work on a sequel, and I can't make an RPG.
I'll do it, Nick. I'll do the art. I'll learn I'll learn A-Sprite right now. I'll do the pixel art.
We don't use A-Sprite.
God damn it. I'll learn. I'll do it.
In the sequel. No, that's a trick. That's a trick.
Yeah, make the dating sim as a mini game, like how Dave the Diver does it for the sequel.
No, and that's like actually what I think a lot of game dev is about is determining what you spend your time on. And so like while we think about what we want to spend our time on, we have to consider what's the best use of our time. And a dating sim compared to a real full-fledged sequel.
I would like a full-fledged sequel, yeah. And then after we do the dating sim, once the story is like settled down, once you run out of reasons for Shovel Knight to go on an adventure, we'll then we do the dating sim. He's settled down. He's ready.
I wouldn't mind hiring that out, having somebody else do that, like how we did Pocket Dungeon or Dig, right?
Which were all great. They all look adorable.
Oh yeah, no, they were good. Pocket Dungeon's really good.
Can I date the Truple King? I love that thing.
It's Trouple.
Is that how it's pronounced? Because it's apple.
Yeah.
Trout apple.
No, it's like a trout.
Trout apple.
No, trout apple. Yeah, like mouthful.
Trout pull. Trout.
Pixel or like the concept art. I think it would be like the concept art too. Full illustration.
Wait, Nick, did you just confirm that you're working on a sequel to Shovel Knight by saying that?
No.
Wait, hold on a minute. Well, if you're not.
No. I just meant like the potential.
He was just trying to say it so he would knock us off from the dating sim conversation. He's literally just trying to throw us off from the trail. If we keep pushing, he'll get pressured into it.
No, we haven't announced our next game for like we have 2 games. One we did announce, one we haven't.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we announced that.
I don't want you to get in trouble from my stream.
No, because the thing is we had to hire for the 3D game, and like anybody who's paying attention can tell that like we're hiring only 3D people for a little bit. So
who knows, chat? The Game Awards is coming up. Maybe Nick is fooling us.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe the dating sim is going to come up. Jeff Keighley's going to announce the Shovel Knight dating sim. World premiere. Welcome to the Game Awards, everyone.
Yeah. This is the Schleck Nitro. Oh, is it? It's not Schleck. That's like a horrible name. What's the name of the razor? Schick?
What, like
Schick.
Like an actual shave Manscaped?
Yeah, remember the Schick, the Schick Nitro man. Do you remember that?
No.
There's a guy wearing like a bodysuit that was like silvery, and his head was a giant
I haven't
razor.
watched an advertisement in years, Nick.
No, he was like at the Game Awards, man.
Was it last year? I've been watching for the last couple of years since it started.
The Schick Hydro Man.
Did I miss an advertisement in the middle of this? I guarantee you, if you show it to me, I might remember.
Am I thinking of a different award show?
It was Sci-Fi saying he hung out with Jeff. It was rad. Am I stupid? Am I forgetting something from the Game Awards?
Yeah, here, look. It's him and Kojima. Or, well,
Kojima.
You know what I meant.
Oh my god. Kojima. Am I
Here,
forgetting
I'm gonna
something?
send you the.
Yeah, please.
You are.
God, I'm still thinking about the main thing that took over my mind with the Game Awards was that random motherfucker, that random kid that came up behind, you know, fucking
The Dawson kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so messed up.
Jeff Keighley has released a statement that if he sees anyone come up on stage that isn't allowed to be there, he will personally take out his gun and threaten them.
Yeah, no, I hope he does. I hope he shoots them. That would be very funny.
It would. If Jeff came up with like a shovel and he just beat the shit out of anyone that came up on the stage that wasn't supposed to be there. What are you doing on my stage?
Done, he like looks to the camera holding the bloody shovel. And
I'm gonna protect my Game Awards.
It was all a transition the whole time.
That is a terrible name for
spray.
What if those were real razors? That'd be like some kind of horror movie shit. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, he trips and murders 3 children.
That's a cool cosplay.
It is, yeah. That's not cosplay, it's an ad.
I've seen some really cool cosplays in my time. I've seen a General Grievous cosplay, which was really cool.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to see General Grievous in your style now. Like you animating the little lightsaber flash thing that he does with the spin.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun. Like the Flash show. Remember the Flash show?
The Clone Wars 2000.
Yeah, whatever that was called. That one was really cool.
It was. It was dope. That was the really cool. I really like his 3D model in the Clone Wars, but they made him such a little loser in the Clone Wars show.
Such a wiener,
and I love the Clone Wars show, but they ruined Grievous in that show, even though they made Anakin and everyone else way better.
Yeah, I don't watch that show.
You should. It legitimately, it is my favorite Star Wars media.
What's the tax? What's the episode tax before it gets good?
It's out of order, unfortunately, but like the episodes really show a deep connection. Like they make Anakin Skywalker a character, like they make him way better because it shows the relationship between him and Obi-Wan way more, and then it adds Ahsoka, which is another fan favorite character that adds in. It just gives everyone like more context for their life. Like it humanizes all the characters a lot more from the prequels that people may not have seen humanization of, like Dooku, Qui-Gon, everyone. It's really good. I love that show so much. It humanized the clones. The clones are so good.
It's so hard to love that series now. Man, as a kid, I would watch.
Just don't think about the new stuff.
I watched Star Wars, and I would like watch it at night, and then draw pictures of myself as a Star Wars character because I love Kyle Katarn so much, and I would like write stories with me and my friend. Yeah, I haven't seen it, and now like. I don't like anything Star Wars. I think the stuff that I like Star Wars the most is stuff that has no Jedis in it.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like the clones more. I don't really care about the Jedi. I already see the Jedi as a piece of shit, so I'm just like, yeah, the clones, let's go. Yeah, those are my boys.
Yeah.
Would you, if you could get the rights for a Star Wars game, do you think you'd want to work on it, or do you think you'd be sick of it?
I mean, no, that'd be cool. Like drawn spaceships and stuff. Actually, I worked with a guy who worked on Dark Forces, which is an old, like Dark Forces was on like Windows 95, and it looks like a Doom knockoff. Like all the sprites are, like it's boomer shooter.
I'd be down for a boomer shooter Star Wars.
It's really good. It's called Dark Forces. You should play it. Anyway, the guy that we hired as our tech artist worked on that game. He designed the ship for that game. It's called the Moldy Crow or something.
Wait, I'm looking at this. Is insanely cool. What?
It's so.
I mean,
good.
it's obviously it shows
awesome.
it's you know its age, but this is so fucking cool. Hold on, chat. Look at this.
It's awesome.
This is a Star Wars Doom.
Java at one point.
What the fuck? Wait, this is really cool looking.
It's really good. You should play it.
I kind of really want to play this.
Yeah, you get all the weapons. That's like your basic.
It's too bad it's the Rebellion. I hate the Rebellion. Can I say that? I only like the prequel lore. Like I only like the Clone Wars because I think the Clone Wars.
Get out of here!
I'm being serious.
I
only like the Clone Wars because the Clone Wars is more interesting to me because it's more politically aligned, and the clones are more spacey than just some random fucking dude in like camo.
More politically aligned. They're Imperial. What are you talking about?
Not like that. I mean, like the story is more interesting because it's more tied together. Like it's an actual war and not just fucking ragtag guerrilla fighting. I don't like that.
Well, the ragtag. I mean, it's a one-player game, so you got to be like the guerrilla. Yeah.
I love this.
Thermal detonators and You get a gun that explodes.
1995. What the fuck?
Yeah. The guy that we hired, he's been in games for like 30 plus years. He was an Imagineer.
Phenomenal
at Disney
FPS, but wait for a remake. That's not a reason to leave a bad review. What the fuck?
That's such a bad take.
That's not a bad. That doesn't mean it's a bad review.
Right. That means it's a good game.
Oh my god. I'm hearing the Steam version is bad. Oh, I want to play this.
Oh, really?
Download the Force engine. I'll check this out either way. I'm gonna buy it no matter what. I don't care what they say. This looks fucking phenomenal. Even if I don't stream it, it looks phenomenal.
It's
not
good.
recommended. Amazing game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
800 hours on record.
I love reviewers are so silly sometimes. Like some of them are good, and then some are just the stupidest shit in the world. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that so much.
I don't like it when a trend of negative reviews happens, where it's like they'll write the negative review and then say it's like the most amazing game and they highly recommend it, and the joke is that it's a negative review because that actually affects the game.
It's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad
like
to do. Like reviews help so much apparently. Like I was talking to the Smooshy Come Home Indie Dev, and he was saying how much getting 500 overwhelmingly positive reviews helped incredibly. Because I think what does Steam like boost its clout, I guess, or boost the appearance rate?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. It shows up more in the charts. It adds just like in general like a clout. People look at those. Everybody looks at the review state.
Yeah.
It's really like it's synonymous with like choosing to buy the game. You look at the review. Oh, it's
when I
positive.
get sponsors, I actually look
mixed.
at the reviews, and if I see mixed, I kind of tend to stay away.
Yeah. Or my favorite one is like positive overall, but like
Recent.
the most current one is mixed.
Is
like, oh, they like.
That's when I still give it a chance though, because then I look at the reviews,
exactly.
and then some of them are just like random bullshit about like they just don't like the devs or something.
Yeah. Someone said something and like it was like pro China. Or something.
I'm a mixed games enjoyer.
I'm a mixed games enjoyer. Yeah.
Wishlist are also super important apparently too.
Yes, they are. For if you guys like a game and are interested in a game, and you want to see it do well, definitely wishlist it and tell all your friends to wishlist it. It's a thing that is a real numerical,
I've only reviewed, I think, 3 games on my account. The 3 games are the game Ender Lilies, which is one of my personal favorites from last year. I think it was my game of the year personally, because it's like a Hollow Knight-ish game, Metroidvania, obviously, but it's got Souls-like lore where it was a lovely game. I loved it a lot. And then
Took knows they have a game they made.
Yeah, and then the second game that I reviewed was called Orc Massage. Don't look it up. Do not look it up. But it made
is it a dating sim?
No, it's worse. But it made me laugh so much that I had to review it. I thought the art style was so gorgeous, even though it's that sort of game.
Is there a real game there?
Not
no, it's just a sex game, isn't it?
It is, but I loved like the art was so good that I had to like give it a love because it was funny. Like it was really funny and it was really well drawn.
Okay.
The gameplay is just, hey, massage this character, and it's really hard. It's really, not in that kind of sense either. It's just really rough. It's like a difficult game.
Okay.
Anyways, I can't. I cannot do that. But it was nice. It was a funny game, and I liked it a lot. But a lot of these games are really nice.
There's a link in chat. I just posted it. Whoa, that's weird. How'd that happen? There's a game that we could wishlist right now.
That's a game that you can wishlist right now that Nick is working on, chat. Otto and the Ancient Worlds. Let me show it on stream, actually. Let me give you a little bit of a benefit from coming onto my stream in the first place. while I harass you with Barbie.
I would be remiss if I didn't plug it.
Here we go. This is Otto and the Ancient Worlds chat. This is actually I know 2 of the people working on this game. I know Nick and I know Ox Coxa. Yeah.
She does all the concept art and the art direction for the game.
And then Nick, you did the sprites, I assume, and the sprite sheets and stuff.
So
animation.
I haven't done the animation. I did the animation for the character, but the animators they hired an animator to do this. A guy named Rafael Ventura. But I did all the principal art, like the model creation and the background art. And
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can always see your art style and everything.
It's just like, yeah, it's just like Shovel Knight, but also some more
Oh,
colors.
that's so cute. Looks very OG Castlevania. Are you saying that because of the black background, where like it fades into black on the sides?
Has you know, whips. Whips like a Castlevania guy.
There's a whip in the game. It's Castlevania. Yo! I love that. I love when people see one aspect of a game and they immediately like connect it to another game.
Well, that's
so
a good way
silly.
to communicate what games are usually, because you got to like say, hey, this
game is as hard as
we're
Dark
working on a game
Souls.
that's a cross between Castlevania and Shovel Knight and Mega Man, and then you immediately know what it is, right?
Do you, as somebody who does game dev, obviously, as somebody who's actually worked in the industry, how do you feel about that? Like when somebody refers to a game as a, you know, this game like, Souls like, Hollow like, stuff like that.
If it's accurate, it's really helpful. If it's not accurate, it's really annoying. People call Shovel Knight a Metroidvania all the time, and it drives me nuts because it's in no way a Metroidvania.
Is Shovel Knight not? Because there's backtracking and then...
No.
So a Metroidvania to me,
level to
correct me if
level.
I'm wrong, you backtrack a lot and you go back to different levels and like explore.
So the reason why what a Metroidvania is a game that is an open map. You can go anywhere at any time, but it's gated by abilities, right? You get a new ability and it recontextualizes previous places you've been.
But that does happen in Shovel or in Hollow Knight.
And Hollow Knight, yeah. Oh, you said Shovel Knight.
Sorry, I meant Hollow Knight.
Oh, okay.
Were you saying that people were calling Shovel Knight a Metroidvania? Because it's not.
Yes, people are calling Shovel Knight a Metroidvania.
Sorry, I heard
like,
Hollow Knight and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
No, yeah.
Shovel Knight
Hollow
is
Knight's obviously
definitely not a fucking Metroidvania. Hello?
I know. And that's like the thing. It's like people are just wrong. And you can get really pedantic with it and like, this is not a roguelite, it's a roguelike. And like you can get like really into it, but like knowing what the actual distinctions are is helpful. So I use that all the time, and that's like how you have to market a game anyway. You have to talk about it like, hey, this is like a cross between Zelda 2, Dark Souls, and Mega Man.
Which is really awkward because aren't Steam tags based on what people give the tags, or can a developer choose the tags?
I think anybody can add them there, but because
people could just make the wrong tag for something.
Yes, but they get downvoted. You can like vote on a tag somehow. I think I forget how that works.
I've never found out how to vote on a tag because I've never been one to like look at it.
I can't just like add like psychological horror
Can I add
to
the
Shovel Knight.
tag dating sim to Shovel Knight?
Try it. Try it.
Wait, let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna hold on, chat. I need to add the. Let me see if I can add the tag Shovel Knight, or the tag dating sim to Shovel Knight treasure trove. Add.
Yeah, you can't. Can you like remove?
Enter a tag.
It has Metroidvania.
It does have Metroidvania. I'm seeing right now. Kickstarter, old school, medieval, Metroidvania. Great soundtrack.
I use a little flag. Okay, so if you hover next to the plus on your tags, you can see there's a little flag that appears. And you can report
tags you've applied to this product. Dating sim. I just did it. It was that easy. It was that easy. I just did it. You have applied the tag dating sim.
It's not. It doesn't show up until enough people do it. I think.
Chat, can we all add dating sim to Shovel Knight? Steam's really fucked up for that.
Applied to the product by the most users. That's right.
I reported the tag Metroidvania.
Thank you.
Just for you. And now I'm going to replace Metroidvania with dating sim.
Dating sim.
I am now replacing the tag Metroidvania with the tag dating sim for Shovel Knight. This is where the pressure starts. This is where we don't let up. Nick's, I can already see him breaking down. Look at him. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, Nick. I can see you.
You can't weaponize your audience like this. It's too much power.
I can and I will. I can see you sweating. Eventually, it's gonna work. Eventually. You can't escape forever. Oh, it thinks my hand is my microphone is my hand again. This is really awkward. Can you stop? Can you stop? This is why I want the Makopi trackers instead of this leap motion shit. Enough out of you. There we go. We're all clean now. No, don't chat. Jesus Christ. But that means you could, like, it didn't even like do a pop-up. I could just write any tag that I want. Like, I could lie.
So the tag is for you. If a bunch of people use that same tag,
I wrote the words dating space sim just so everyone knows,
like,
for no particular reason.
I don't see. God damn it! I don't see your tag yet. I guess
one of these days.
But if enough people tag that, it'll get added. Like platformer is the top one. Also, obviously, pixel graphics,
which is such a weird tag because I don't really know anyone that looks up games by platformer.
You kidding?
Well, normally nowadays people are like they look up 3 things, right? I feel like the most popular tags that I've seen nowadays from indie games are roguelike, deck builder,
okay,
and then Metroidvania. And those are the 3 tags that I see all the time with indie games lately.
But that's not what I would look up.
Okay, fair. That's fair. I mean, that's just what I see. Maybe it's just catered to my tastes.
Yeah. Again, this is a self-report.
The dating sim was not a self-report. Everyone in the chat wants it too. That was not just me.
Wait,
chat agreed with me.
No. The self-report was you were like, I think the only ones that I would really want to do is like Polar Knight and
Polar Knight,
like
Gender Bent King
really
Knight,
see myself with
Shield Knight,
Queen Knight,
the Enchantress, but like nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Pizza Tower was really good. You play Pizza Tower?
I have not. I have a friend that loves that game for some reason though.
Everybody loves that game.
The game looks fun, but it reminds me of when Undertale came out, and the fan base seems similar to that.
No.
It kind of like the fan base seemed a little Tumblr-y to me, so I was a little worried. I was a little hesitant.
No, I get it. So the difference is that like the game is really fun.
Also, it kind of like sometimes art styles kind of remind me of like Meat Canyon, and it scares me.
Yeah, no, it is like initial drawing of a character, and then they just like over animate that initial drawing.
Because I'm very art style heavy when it comes to games that I play. Like sometimes I will just not play a game if I don't find the art style pretty.
Dude, seriously, play Pizza Tower. It's way different than like the fan base of Pizza Tower is they don't latch on to the same things. Like Undertale has like weird sub character, like the lore is like dumb, but like I mean deep
self-report. I like Undertale, like, chat. I do not agree with what Nick says. I did not say anything.
Pizza Tower is just like an actually dumb fun adventure of just like going through weird pizza worlds. It's not. There's like no attempt. I'm starting to get a little bit
of an idea of the games. I feel like you like games that are a little bit more like they take themselves as they are as a game instead of something that's a little bit more serious. Because some games are more artsy, obviously.
Well, yeah, I like a serious game, but I like when it's consistent and like is just like what it is. Like Pizza Tower knows that it's not trying to tell a really serious story.
I feel like Nick would love every Devolver Digital published game.
I don't.
Really?
I didn't. I liked the gameplay of
Enter the Gungeon.
Not Into the
samurai one.
Ninja game. Yeah. What's it called?
What was the samurai? Ah, fuck. The samurai one that was serious. Zero something.
Slasher zero. Laser zero.
Oh fuck. Does anyone know the game? Okay, it's a Devolver Digital Katana Zero.
Everybody knows it. They're gonna Katana Zero. Thank you.
I like that game too.
The gameplay was really great. I thought the story was so ridiculous and so hard to get into, and involved like children being in danger, and
it was like, a little avant-garde, I would say.
I think I was not ready. One, I wasn't ready to read that much, but two, I was the tone I think was like way too heavy. Whereas I think a heavy tone can be fun, and I like games.
Do you have an example of a heavy toned game that you like?
Yeah, so there's this game, it's an indie game called
you can just assume it's an indie game. Every game we're talking about today is indie games because that's what I like more.
Sure. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. It's called like Hidden Castle or something. The Eternal Castle.
Okay.
And the Eternal Castle is like this like really serious like almost horror looking game. It's got like
the Eternal Castle remastered.
Yeah, there is no original. It's just they call it the remaster because it's silly. But like,
well, you can just
really
say that.
Serious, like super violent. It has a lot of like it. At one point, there's like a couple having sex in the background.
Hopefully, they didn't put that in the Steam screenshots because I'm looking at it right now.
But it has like these really, really stark palettes that it runs through, and like you can have blood and people can die and explode, and it's fun, but it is dark, and I don't think it's trying to make itself like be happy and silly and have a Tumblr-y fan base.
Would you
I
say
think it's just
that
like one person visions of a dark like cyber future.
so, not to bring up Dark Souls again, because I am a kind of a Dark Souls dick rider, that's one of my favorite games. Would you say that's more of a heavier tone, or would you say that's more light? Because the heavy tone is something you have to look for.
So the tone, I think, definitely is heavy, but
It's
I
not
think it
too
does
bad.
it through the lens of a game that's fun. Like I like engaging with that world as a guy who swings an axe around and chops skeletons in half, and there's like a skeleton made of skeletons, and there's
And
like
sometimes it's really silly,
a
yeah.
giant bird, yeah, and there's like sometimes there's like a giant fat thing that I have to like cut the tail off of, and you know I'm like looking at their butt the whole time. But I think
stray demon.
what's cool about that game is that they are like, yes, it is the yeah, I was thinking of that demon. Is they have like a consistent like world that takes itself seriously and like doesn't deviate and doesn't do like references to Zelda or something else, and doesn't rely on you like being in on the weird inside joke.
Well, what it
just
is
has a fantasy
story
consistency.
wise, it's you're just some dude. Like everything that happened already happened. All the story already happened. You're just some asshole that comes afterwards. You're sitting there twiddling your thumbs while everyone else is grandstanding and monologuing. That's what makes it silly, but also fun, because it's like it's deep, but also silly.
They do embrace the silly because they let you get like armor that makes your head look like a giant thumb, or you can get like the armor
the wax that you dip your head in wax.
Yeah.
Thorns armor.
Have those boots that's just like it gives you boots but no pants, and you just have underwear. Have you seen those? They're like it's like a really super rare drop that the nobles drop, and you can just basically just run around with the sexy boot.
Yeah, that's what I love about those games, because they lean in. I don't want to say it's like that kind of. A lot of Japanese JRPGs do that, where it has like. It's really serious, but also has that kind of wacky sense to it, where it's just like really weird, but it's just very enjoyable. Like every fucking Final Fantasy game where you end the game by fighting God. It's like, okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think a better way to say it is that like they're unrestrained with how well they dictate their world. Like they let themselves have giant skeletons, and that's cool.
I think that's what makes the world more believable. Like it's there's so much shit that like the characters in the world take as like norm, but we see it and we're like, why is the skeleton using another skeleton as a weapon?
yeah, exactly. Bloodborne is all about that too, because it's like horrible giant monsters that don't make any sense, but like they're fun, weird aliens, and that's
some of them are actually kind of creepy looking.
Yes,
I love that.
I think Bloodborne is really, really good. That's one of my favorite games for sure.
Do you have an opinion on horror games? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about horror, because you seem like you're very into the gameplay made, and horror games kind of normally have really shitty gameplay.
I think that so I played
Thank you,
Subnautica,
Alice.
and it was terrifying and really good, and it made me actually feel fear. And then I played Soma, which is the same kind of concept of like being super underwater. And
I need to play Soma. People are telling me that it would freak me out.
It might.
Well, I have thalassophobia.
Some
that's
of the
why.
concepts are. Yeah, me too. But I didn't have to engage with the thalassophobic nature of it as much because, like, I didn't. Well, I mean, there are scenes where you're underwater, and there is like a scene that's like very, very intense and involving being underwater. But like, for the most part, it didn't make you engage with that. Like Subnautica makes you like go into the deep black pit.
God,
and grab that shiny thing while this thing that you've never seen before is going to attack you, and you're going to run out of air. That claustrophobic feeling is reinforced by the gameplay.
It freaks me out so much.
It's way better than just like someone telling me to be scared, which I felt like someone was. So yeah, I think like when you feel like, and that's like actually that's the best part of I think why Dark Souls works, is that you don't have to be told that these monsters have high stats. You are swinging an actual sword and you're actually contacting with them and you're learning their actual movements. And so a creature that is bigger is going to feel scary because you can tell that they're going to move their hitboxes around in a scary way. Whereas like any Final Fantasy character is just a big giant thing of art, and you're not actually scared of it unless it does something like actually interesting.
Then there's Monster Hunter that gives me PTSD from when a monster is way too aggro.
I mean, Monster Hunter is basically like Dark Souls is basically just like a Monster Hunter ripoff, right? It's just like with a story.
Don't remind me about Tigrex, chat. That motherfucker gave me. I have trauma from Tigrex.
Yeah,
Tigrex.
God. Yeah, we were talking about Monster Hunter. I want to play Monster Hunter again.
What were the games that you did play?
I played 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, and World.
Not Freedom Unite? The original based game?
The original.
I mean, it's not the original. It's the like second or third game, but like still.
Yeah, right. No, I didn't play any of the PSP ones. I got in on the 3DS like a poser.
It's okay. I didn't even know there were other Monster Hunter games for like years.
Really good.
I was playing on my PSP with Freedom Unite for like 10 years. And then when I finally got unrestricted access to the internet, I finally found out there were other Monster Hunter games. I was like, what do you mean there's been 20 Monster Hunter entries since Freedom Unite?
There's been a lot.
What have I been missing out?
I think what's cool is that like those games really do a good job of making the weapons feel like unique characters. Like when you talk about Monster Hunter, you talk about the weapons that you use. Every single person who's played it has like a plethora of knowledge that's like very specific to their weapon, and they feel like tied to that gameplay. Like I talk about charge blade and guard points to people, and like if they've only ever used a bow, they like don't even know like what I'm talking about.
I have no idea how people use the bow at all. I've tried it. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I mean,
people
that's also
insane. I used Insect Glaive, but like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Insect Glaive is awesome. I used that for a little bit. But yeah, I think Monster Hunter is another good example of a game that like makes you feel the story, which is like these monsters are terrifying and big, and you have to fight them as a little person. That's like the story. Like the actual like written down script is stupid and doesn't matter, but like I feel like I'm fighting a real ass monster.
I think the world building is the most interesting part of Monster Hunter too. Because a lot of these games where I say I like the story, I don't actually care about the written down script, like you said. I like the world building of it. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like what happens in Bloodborne, nobody knows, but everybody like wants to draw pictures of like the world. Yeah. Like it's a weird haunted gothic world with aliens. Yeah, and same kind of thing. Monster Hunter.
They're like outer gods, Nick. They're not aliens.
That's literally aliens.
They're outer gods. They're not. That's different. Don't you know Eldritch stuff?
I do.
Disrespectful. Come on.
I want to fight Neolarthotep.
Oh God, you'd love maybe he'd hate that. I played back to dating sims. I played a dating sim where you dated elder gods, like eldritch gods.
Oh yeah,
like Cthulhu.
Which one was
Nyarlathotep.
What was your main?
I liked the King in Yellow, the Insanity. I don't know if you know that one.
Yeah,
that's an old eldritch story about just like kind of insanity, and it's really good.
Yep.
And then I didn't like Cthulhu that much, but I liked Nyarlathotep because they made their vision for Nyarlathotep was like a MILF, like a cat woman MILF. With like one eye and tentacles.
Like harbinger of the void. Like the outer god that he represents is like the unending hunger or the ceaseless hunger. What's it called?
Yeah.
Is it Neon? Did they call it Neon Larthotep?
Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep?
Yeah.
But like,
it was a cool design. It did, like, at some points it could be scary, but I mean, I like those things. I like designs that can look attractive but also scary at the same time, because it's like listen, it gets the clicks and it's nice. It's like a fun thing to draw to try to mix together.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm also a degenerate that went to an art exhibit that had anime titties, so I mean, maybe that's why.
Yeah, at a tender young age of 10.
It all goes back to those fucking that art exhibit. We just go back to that. Anime's ruining our children. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, we're enhancing them.
We must evolve further as humans. Humanity, listen to me. We have to evolve. VTubers are the future.
Flesh tubers are the super future.
Which I actually did want to show you, because we talked about it before. There's VTubers that do pixel art, and I showed you one named Kana Nate. There's a There's a lot out there that do pixel art, and obviously, I don't know if you know how much you know about rigging when it comes to VTubers. I don't know if that's like something. Yeah, and it's just really cool. And trying to imagine that would be really cool. I would love to see a Shovel Knight official VTuber. Next promotion.
Cool. I think I would like to see a way to integrate the rig to drive pixel animation, so that, because I think what you have is cool, but it is pixel art textures on a 3D model. And what I'm
and then the other one is, you know, pixel art with a 2D model, but still rigged.
But that's also like on a 2D model, and they're still like rotating. What I would want to do is try to figure out a way to make it so that the model is driving basically it maintains the pixel grid, so it looks like moving pixel art, so it looks more like an animated head,
where the pixel art kind of shifts instead of stays stagnant or static.
Exactly. Yeah. I also want to do the same thing with, this is a totally different thing, but with voxels. I think like
voxels
Minecraft shows that like
the 3D cubes, right?
Yes.
Like, so it's like art style,
right?
Yeah.
Right. It's a way to like represent 3D volumes in space, point to point.
They're fat pixels, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, they are fat pixels. They're squishy pixels. But like if you look about like, you're thinking about like Steve from Minecraft, he's moving around by rotating those voxels, right?
Yeah.
What I want to do is figure out a way to imagine that the voxels are representing frames of animation. So instead of like you rotating the arm, you're drawing like 6 frames of animation for the arm in 3D space. So basically like pixel art, but 3D.
It'd be really hard to figure that out, mainly because like it'd have to be attached to camera movement. Because that's how VTubers work.
No, like there would be the actual 3D voxels.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of how you would do it with 2D, because I feel like with 2D it'd be like almost impossible.
So it's a combination though, like, right? It's like it's a combination of pixel art, which is like placing every pixel by hand.
Oh, hold on.
Doing it frame by frame, voxels wise.
Chat, basically what he's saying is he wants to fully animate a VTuber model, but without rigging. It's more like showing off animation that he already does with the games, but figuring out a way how to rig it to camera movement as well.
But a rig could drive it.
Yeah, a rig would be that. Sorry, I'm trying to simplify it for them. It's not gonna
happen. And actually, I want to do that for like a real video game. Like, imagine that the character sprite is a 3D sprite, not an animated set of voxels.
A multiplayer game that uses camera where the 2 people are VTubers. That'd be actually. Hold on, that's kind of an interesting idea.
Okay, that's
like,
cool.
Let's say you both have to use a camera to drive the game, like a Kinect, but like not shit. And you both have VTuber models to show it off. That'd be kind of interesting. I guess that's just VR chat. Now that I'm thinking about it, never mind.
Yeah, no, that's
just VR. I just fucking came up with VR chat. Never mind. Man reinvents the wheel. Whoops. My bad. Jesus Christ. I thought I was so clever there for a second.
I mean, you are. That's $1 million idea.
You're right. I should patent that. I'll call it PM chat.
Already.
I'll call it
PM
virtual
chat?
Reality chatting.
What is PM chat?
PorcelainMaid
message chat?
No.
PorcelainMaid. Oh.
PorcelainMaid chat.
Right. Yeah, that's your name.
You forgot?
It's just.
I mean, they call me Joel too, but PorcelainMaid's the Twitch channel.
I know, and I try to make sure that when I promote you or like reference you or shout you out, I'm saying,
hey,
visit
Joel.
PorcelainMaid.
It's fine.
It's easier to say Joel. Yeah.
Joel is my name. It's fine. That's what everyone says in the first place.
Did you add the GigaChad tag to your own stream?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a problem?
No,
is there an issue with that?
I'm just wondering if there was consensus.
Is there something wrong here?
I'm just asking a question.
I feel like it's the proper tag. I feel like that's exactly it. I feel like it's exactly where it should be.
You know, of all people that embody that kind of energy, I think you're at the top of the list. So no, that is true. Both Doll and GigaChad energy.
That was a choice that was made by me, specifically me, and only me.
I guess that is the GigaChad energy.
Well, we're hitting the 3-hour mark, Nick. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with me for the very first Porcelain Parlor that I've ever had, too.
I mean, I'm having a good time. Thank you so much for having me on and talking about art and video games. And if you ever want to do it again, or
I would love to have you on again.
Play a bunch of weird
have Nick as a guest on for a porcelain
lots.
potluck so he can show me some of the games that he likes.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be a fun idea. I just bring friends on and have them make me play different games that they enjoy.
Yeah, totally. Especially if they're like not mainstream. I think that's like
always indie
one
games
of the
only.
things that like is hard to know. Like everybody knows Hitman and everybody knows, you know, Subnautica and everybody knows the big ones. But, you know, have you heard of like, the Eternal Castle?
Tower Escape.
Tower Escape.
You know, Tower Defense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that I really like that. Thank you for coming on, Nick. This has been lovely. I'm so happy that you told me about those 2 new games, the Eternal Castle and the fucking Star Wars game. Dude, it looks so good. I'm really excited about that. I really want to play that.
Environmental Station Alpha, play that too.
And Environmental Station. Let me add that to my. Hold on, before I forget, let me add that to my my wish list, or not my wish list, my cart.
Okay. To your cart.
My cart. Yeah, well, I'm gonna buy it after the stream is over. I can't believe it's a 90-hour. Jesus Christ.
I mean, look, it's not. There's side stuff, and you can.
I complete every game that I play, so it will be.
You're gonna spend at least 70 on it.
You're damn right. It's gonna be me.
Have fun in Waiha.
I will stop taking up your time. Thank you for being here, Nick. It was lovely having you on, having all of your giggles. Hopefully, if this ever gets edited into a video, my editor will count and make a giggle counter for every time you laughed. Just so I can say, hey, I made nickWOZ laugh this many times in one stream. It's gonna be like a fucking IGN review that I'm gonna post up on every stream banner that I make.
Oh god, it's so cringe. I guess so. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Thank you so much for having me. If you guys want to watch me make pixel art, hey, I don't have as much energy as Joel.
It's okay.
I definitely show up. So if you guys want to watch me do that, I stream most nights. nickWOZ. So you know, come on by.
You can see art like this.
Sprite if you sub.
If you sub, you can get a lovely sprite just like this one, because Nick does these surprisingly really fast.
I do.
It's really cool, and you get to see it walk around on his stream too, and you can interact with it in different ways.
Yeah, totally. They fight each other. They fight.
You can
bosses.
put a bomb down and explode them.
Yeah, there's a big boss called MuscleWOZ, and it's just me as a muscle man, and I fight the players by making them fall in love with me.
The duels too are really good
muscles.
too.
The duels are fun. Yeah, you can lose lots of money that way.
All right. Well, Nick, do you know the way out, or should I like just move you slowly so it looks like you're walking, so we can role play it?
Okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. Here, I'll just
okay.
scoot out.
Other way.
Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the door. You're walking towards me. There we go. Thank you, Nick.
Okay, all right, bye. Bye, chat. Bye.
He's slowly walking away. I'm totally not moving him manually, so it looks like he's walking. Oh my god. Thank you, Nick. Right. Have a good rest of the night, man.
Yeah, see you.
I love Nick, dude. That was such a lovely time. I'm so glad he was our first Porcelain Parlor date. He's so sweet. He's so fucking funny, man. It was really fun to have him on. I miss you already, Nick. Oh my god. Thank you again for being on. This was lovely. All right, chat. We're at the 3-hour mark. Do you guys want to just fuck around? Like, we're switching off. And also, thank you, YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this Porcelain Parlor stream, our very first. Thank you for always watching the VODs, everyone. Chat, say bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Thanks for watching the VOD. Or if this is like an edited video in the future. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe. Go to my merch store. Buy my stuff. Go check out Nick. Go buy Shovel Knight. Buy Shovel Knight. Buy Shovel Knight. Do it. It's good. You won't regret it. And make sure to go to Steam and add the tag dating sim. All right. And Wishlist Auto and the Ancient Worlds, because that's also another wonderful game that they're working on.